Tonight, we bring you this week's flight sim news. We check in on the Airbus A320 from Inibuilds, Santorini Island, the map enhancer tool, and we talk about Flight Sim Expo. Hello? Hello. Me sound is all broken. Hang on. Yeah, I fixed it. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're all keeping very well. You join us here for the midweek shuffle. Let's get over the hump day, the middle of the week. It's time for the news. And tonight, following on from Microsoft Flight Sim's development stream, for which there's information. Jesus. There's a lot of news. So we have all the news. We're going to be checking out Inibuilds Airbus A320. I never really kind of, got time to have a look at the thing. So we're going to spend some time in it this evening and have a look. And, we check out a new scenery as well from 29 Palms. We're checking out Santorini Island, as opposed to Santorini Island. English, I can do it. We're also going to have a gawk at the new map enhancer. Gibble gave me a shout earlier on, and he's like, you need to check the thing. And I was like, oh, no. It's actually surprisingly easy, so we're going to have a look at that. And of course, we chat about all things Flight Sim Expo, which is coming up in about 2 weeks' time. In actual fact, 2 and a bit weeks. Right. So, how was your day? I'm very pasty and pale looking. I wasn't well. I'm coming around now, lads. The good news is I'm coming around, but earlier, oh Jesus then. Wasn't well at all. In actual fact, I'm very pale still, but it's grand. I'm like this. I'm pasty. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I was in a hoop. But slowly but surely we're getting back. So we'll forgive any stupidity outside of the normal amount of stupidity you'd get from me on any stream, that is. But yes, hope you're all keeping very well indeed. Big news tonight on the dev stream, friends. We'll go through it here now in a moment once we kind of kick things off. But yeah, interesting stuff now. So if you've missed it, we'll catch it up. And if you saw it, we'll chat about it a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? So who's here in the chat? Who rambled in to see us on this fair Wednesday day? Super Typhon is here. You're very welcome in. Fierce Wolf is in the chat. Looking fierce and wolfy. Why is the sound off? It's not off, but like, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound its usual self. Maybe I don't sound my usual self. Let's not break anything. You know what I'm like? But, oh, Jesus, that's the wrong one. It'll be grand. It'll be grand. We'll take it one step at a time. Bell Bro, you're very welcome aboard, man. Let me see now. Toto is in the chat. Time for some newsage. Indeed, man. I hope you're keeping very well. Hang on, get rid of this gadget over here now. Yes. Now let me see. Viper Strike, happy Wednesday. Vacuum is in the chat. Willow, how much? Good to see you, man. Tarnish Mossman. welcome in. Sean Dale is in the house, along with Zybok Doc. Hello from Tipperary, my dude. Hope you're well. Onboard Simulations is here. Stick Figure has subscribed 21 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Insane support. AZ Blue Line also jumps on to the bandwagon, the wagon of the band, with a Prime subscription for 29 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, lads. Really do appreciate it. PH Roy is here. Good evening. Hope you're keeping very well. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, how's she cutting, man? Memphis Don is in the chat. Welcome in. SK Sun is here. Good to see you, man. Gibbo Ireland is in the chat. Hello, Gibbo. Right. We're going to be checking. This thing here is Gibbo's handiwork now, right? Gibbo moonlights as Bob Ross every now and again, and happy little trees and, you know, friendly little liveries. We're going to see what he gets up to. Brilliant, right? Fantastic. So, Care85 rambles in. Aha, 'tis himself, he says. It is myself. Well, I'm not really myself. I'm someone else this evening. But I'm, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. If I have to, like, disappear, like, almost immediately, you'll know what's up. 1 minute he was there, the next minute he wasn't. That could happen, right? But we'll see what happens. It could be hilarious, right? Anyway, Zythi, good to see you, man. Now, Hemming Bird is here. She says, I offered my elderly neighbour £50 to give me a ride on her stair lift. I hope she takes me up on it. Happy hump day. Good to see you. Kanzui is here. Welcome aboard. Helric, happy hump day to you, my man. Hope all is well. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Welcome in, man. Energizer, he says, hey all, C-47s, just in time for a certain event. Jesus. My response exactly. Do you know? Echo Charlie, welcome in. Mick Ham is here. Hey, Mick. Cy120, good day. Chocks rambles aboard. Dougal McTavish, the chairman. Hello, Dougal. Hope you're well, man. Here's a guy talking to a wall. No, that's the back of me head. There's me talking to a wall. I actually do. Well, it's you live in this little box at the moment, and on my screens and stuff. You know, I think it's very sophisticated. Here's a man talking to a wall, Kanzui. Brilliant. Jesus, did he actually change his clothes at all? What are you talking about? I don't. Well, I'd like to say I have many types of the same clothes. I don't. This is my favourite of all sweatshirt hoodies. Listen to the sound of that. It's real, right? And I've the largest collection, I would imagine, of plain black t-shirts. That's what I wear, and then I wear kind of shorts when I'm around the house. Listen, hang on a second. Just hold your face. I have nothing to say. Jess. Yes, the socks are new. That's a good sign. Mr. Sco's in the house. Good to see you, man. Muttley has subscribed for 13 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Muttley. Great to see you, man. Right, soaring AJH, man. Very happy Wednesday to you. Old Veteran 965 is here. A very good afternoon to you, Scott. Hope all is well. You're looking mighty. You're looking mighty. Assidious, good evening to you. Sun Jammer is here. He says, evening all, and Murph with the new haircut. I didn't get the haircut. Right. To have a go with me clothes. Now hang on. To have a go with me English. To have a go with me clothes. And now to have a go with me hair. What else? What else? You know, where's this now? Oh, there's buttons being pressed and there's things going on in the mod chat. Oh Jesus, now right, where are we at? We're over here. Paparazzi says, good afternoon, Fireflies. Exciting news, I heard rumours hang on. Exciting news, I heard rumours can't wait.
Oh Jesus.
We will let the Grand Murph perform the portrayage of the newsage. Indeed. Professor Siege is here, good to see you. You are Irish, you are always pale. Yeah, well, Gibbo's not terribly pale, do you know? But yeah, everyone else is. That's because Gibbo uses a sunbed, right? You heard it here first. But anyway, I'll regret that. But it's all right. It's all right. I need to bank a few of these. Do you know what I mean? I wish I had a Skoda instead of this horrible hire car, says Sun Jammer. Everyone wishes they had a Skoda, right? Everyone wishes they had a Skoda. Irish Gav, good to see you. Now we're over here. Bell Bro. Oh, Santorini. The most beautiful sunset on Earth, he says. Loss. Nice island. Could be in the volcano series. Could have been, yeah. We'll be checking it out here now in a moment just to see what the crack is all about. Nitro, good to see you, man. Who else is here? Nigel, welcome in. Canoe Head 2. He says, a day without Murphy is like a day without sunshine. I heard that's good for Murphy. Good day. Welcome in, Canoe Head. You're back in the wheel. That was very nice. Now, let me see. Retriever Neil, welcome aboard. He says, I managed to get back from dog training to watch the news.
You're going a bit mad there.
In comfort. Brilliant. Wombat49 is in the chat. Welcome in, Wombat. Hope you're well, man. Nutty Snack is here. Welcome aboard. Mr. 90, happy Wednesday. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Johnny Logan. Hold me now. Don't. What was the words? Jess, just call the missus to replace you. To be fair, yeah, you'd have better crack now with Mr. Two-Tone hosting this. I'd be shouting into things. But anyway, the guy who was only going to do one livery, says Kanzui towards Gibbo. Brilliant, right? Glad you're still at it. He's very handy now, lads. Eamon 1973, he says, I might be in chat. I haven't decided yet. When you do decide, Eamon, you be welcome in. It's good to see you. Muse fan bursts in the door. He says, how he is. Yous mad jokes, yous. Happy hump day. You're very, very welcome in. Trits4, happy Wednesday. Hope you're keeping very well. Now, let me see. Halwick says, Murph, after a 4-hour flight, I managed to plough the Inibuilds A320 into the ground. Jesus. Great success. The simulated horror is real. Jamaumu is here. Good to see you. Now, let me see. It's his loungewear, says Irish Gav. Yes, it is. You wear loungewear at Murph Manor. It's a very sophisticated dwelling. Yes. We have maids and we've a Winston. No, we don't. And if we did, though, his name would be Winston. Winston? Wait. What was your... Is it Winston? No. Balls. What was his name? Jesus, in Batman. What was the dude's name? No, I had it in my head. Alfred. It was Alfred. Brilliant. Jesus. Winston was your man's name in Lara Croft, wasn't it? Or maybe that was just the name we gave him. He looked like a Winston. We were able to lock him back in the fridge. Do you remember that back in the old Tomb Raider 2 days? Or was that just me?
Hello there.
Hello there. Yes, Alfred. It was Alfred. God almighty. Right, moving on abruptly. Winston. If your name is Winston, well, listen, I have a job for you. Anyway, Dragon617 is here. It's good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday. Nigel says, Vicar Murphy will be doing some missionary outreach on the Santorini Island. Yes. Bless thee upon them. Right. They forgot Skoda. Listen, it's grand. Wayland says, we're speaking English here? Since when? Right. My thoughts exactly. Muttley says, what hair, Murph? Jesus. That's a low. That's now. Look at it there in all its majesty. The glorious mane that is. Right. Chalk says, they won't stop having a go, Murph. You might as well talk to a wall. Yep. We'd admire your handiwork, but we can't see in...
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
And then they turned off me lights. It's a tough crowd, this one, isn't it? Jesus! I'm not terribly well. Hang on, me lights are at a change in tone, and now I look terribly tanned. We'll go with it. But that should be up here somewhere. And then that should be a little bit brighter, look. Ooh. Why does that keep resetting? Jesus, that can make me so... Look. Hang on. I told you it didn't look well, didn't I? Right, fix them, you big muppet, you. It's amazing what you can do with lighting, isn't it? You can turn them up or down and even change the temperatures. There's all cat hair and stuff on me. What am I like? A holy show. Anyway, where was I? It was over here. Dazza Arab, welcome in. How's the... It's fine, Dazza. Thanks for asking. Hope you're keeping well. How's the kitchen? We'd admire your handiwork, but we can't see microscopic. That's desperate. Desperate now, I tell you. Right. Negative on the Skoda. Wait, what? Captain Sickbag is here. Welcome in, man. Great to see you. Alex says, I wish I had a Skoda. My bins are full and I need somewhere to put my rubbish. Jesus, then. All I wanted to do, lads, is come on here now and have a friendly chat. Bring the news, speak about things that were happening in our beloved hobby.
Jesus.
But instead, no, you turn it into a political football and there's people making allegations about me. And I'd just like to say to them now, I know who those alligators are. Alligators. The Mandula oblongata. That was brilliant now. Anyone who ever watched the video, or was it the telly? No, it was the video. No, it was the telly. Right? I'd like to say I have a photographic memory, but I don't. It's what's the other word for a memory? Says your man who can't remember the word for... I remember stuff. Anyway, right. I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not sure. Yes, that works, right? That absolutely works. Lock him in the freezer, right? Winston from Ghostbusters. No, Winston is Tomb Raider. Winston out of Tomb Raider. That was him. Yeah. Radioactive Aviation. Good to see you, man. Some say he glows in the dark. Hello, Tarmo. You're very welcome in. Winston was the dog on Sword Beach. Was he? Quick question for you, Murph, says Gibbo. How do you pronounce... Wait now, I got this wrong the last time. How do you pronounce... What did I say the last time that made me look like an idiot? Mate! How do you... It's mate! Ah, brilliant! Jesus! How do you pronounce M8 again? M8? Oh... Bellbro says, I used to be schizophrenic, but now we're okay. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a schizophrenic and so am I. Right, now, moving on. 50 cent in the meter. Right, now, where's the buttons? I worked in a light switch factory, on and off. Hair, clothes, what else? Well, hang on. Well, you do sound kind of weird. I do sound kind of weird, or I sound weird. Having a go at me sounds. It's amazing what makeup can do for Jesus, Sunjammer. Nutty Slack, yeah, very harsh, wasn't it? Now, Retriever Neil says, I'm not sure watching you on a 55-inch TV is good for my eyesight. Everyone's jealous about us owning a Skoda. Yes, the haters will hate, you know. But on the day of reckoning, we shall be rewarded with, nice one, you had a Skoda. Welcome to the private party club. With free drinks and stuff, right? And meanwhile, everyone else, nothing. That's what's going to happen. Skoda owners, they're all in it together. And maybe have a touch of the flu, as in fly. I don't know what I have. I wasn't well, though. I don't want to say I'm 50-50. I'm slightly better than 50-50, but I was in a hoop. Now, let me see. Honty is here. Hi, sir. Can you show us in the MacDo approach thing? I can't click approach, and I think it's about the MacDo. I think it's bugged on this, but we'll have a look. I glow in the sun. My photographic vision with my 2020 memory. Brilliant. Yes, that works well. Right, now, where are we? We're over here. Right, eidetic memory. That's the one, old man Shaggy. Eidetic memory. Good man yourself. Mazda. You don't want a Mazda. What's this now? My... Dazza, you get me in trouble, right? Now, does buttons being pressed, are Crocs classed as clothes? If not, there is still room for more digs, but I wouldn't do such a thing. No, you wouldn't. Crocs are amazing. They're just brilliant, right? They're brilliant. Nutty Slack, very harsh. Anyway, who else is here? My sides are sore. Who else is here now? Trust That Simulations, you're very welcome in on YouTube. Who else do we have? I should really turn this monitor someday. Miranda is here. Hello, Miranda. Norbert has rambled in. And let me see. Steve Stavros, good evening. Hope you're very well. And anyone else here on YouTube and, of course, on Twitch, well, you're all very welcome in, lads. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a laugh a minute here when we're on here together. Right, now, Skoda, it's just a Volkswagen in different clothes. Let's not get into it. Skoda is the best. Simply clever. So yeah, anyway, we'll go over to the other screen because, well, we've stuff to... Well, we can stay here for a minute. Some of the things, because I've no pictures to show you. So some of the things on the developer stream tonight, right? And not in any particular order, but they spoke a bit about the weather API and the weather radar and, let's see what happens. They were talking about there's potentially going to be a new sim update for Flight Sim 2020, sim update 16, and that's going to be about getting this game development kit kind of rolled out. I did ask a very pointed question, and I got the usual remark, So I said to myself, right, I'll have to kind of direct that a little bit better. But I asked straight out, is there any scope to have an Xbox version of Flight Sim and then a PC version of Flight Sim? Now hear me out. Both of them are pretty much running the same kind of code up to a certain level, right? As in, Flight Sim 2020, what we currently have. That becomes the platform. But then something like a Flight Sim 24 will enhance features for those who are on PC who have the headroom to be able to enhance them. Do you know what I'm saying? And the more I think about it, that's kind of possibly what's going to be happening, I would imagine, because if we think about Sim Update 15, one of the biggest delaying factors of that was getting the game development kit onto the Xbox. And they said the Xbox X, well, that's fairly okay. They're struggling with the Xbox Series S. And the reason for that is, well, it makes a mess. It can't handle all the, computations and numbers and stuff. So the idea was, well, what if they just had a base sim, right? And then, you know, if you're on the PC or an Xbox Series X, you can go for, you don't have to call it enhanced or otherwise, like, because, you know, just go a different direction, study level perhaps, or I don't know what you do, but that was my idea, you know? Because if you look at X-Plane, for example, and X-Plane Mobile, right? Well, X-Plane currently now on X-Plane 12. And when they released X-Plane Mobile, that was back in X-Plane 11, right? Well, X-Plane Mobile ran the X-Plane 10 engine. Now we're on 12. X-Plane Mobile's running the 11 engine. Makes kind of sense, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like, if we had, yeah, so 100% dude, like an enhanced or an improved PC version, I think there would be, you know, considerable uptake on that, considering that we have a lot of issues still present on Xbox, and that seems to be stopping progress on the PC, because the headroom they have on PC is massive. Plus, sure, components, driver updates, all this jazz, but PCs are getting stronger, faster, yearly. You know, the consoles are kind of just paused for a little bit, and the, you know, square peg, round hole, and it doesn't seem to be working. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought it was, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe Flight Sim 2020 is going to be the safe version, or the basic standard edition, and then they're going to increase it then, or they should increase it over to some of the PC users. It's an idea. Now, other things they did talk about, of course, was to do with the city updates. So we saw the recent city update, and we checked it out on our flight last night. Madrid and also Porto were excellent. And we saw Barcelona the week before. Excellent as well. I think the photogrammetry on the most recent city update, bar, I think, one of the ones up in the Nordics, it's been incredible. They've done a great job. However, people asked the question, what about London? And Jorg did say, don't worry about it. We're not just going to fix it. We're going to give you a new one. And then he kind of left it at that. And I saw Gibbo asking the question, what about London? Didn't you guys say New London? So I would expect we're going to see a brand new rendition of London in the sim at some stage. And then they went in talking about, like there was a lot of, I won't say a lot of fluff, but like there was a lot of stuff that, doesn't, like there are questions that, you know, maybe aren't the main draw for concern. Like they were saying, okay, they have addressed that. Why are they releasing so many aircraft and cities and all this sort of jazz? And, you know, Jorg was quick to say, well, look, we don't do any of that. I mean, that's the third parties doing that. There's different development teams. Asobo are focused heavily on just the core sim. Okay. But then there was a bit of a contradiction, because once we started talking a little bit about Flight Sim 24, and there was no real information shared, they did, however, have a look at the screenshot of the current aircraft list that we know what's coming into it. And we know Inibuilds and Flight Effects, they're some of the developers behind some of the new default aircraft, if you like. And tonight they announced that Coronado are making the Cessna 188 ag truck. And who was the other one? Oh, DC Designs are making the A10 Thunderbolt. They're making that gadget. And who else? Who was the other one? There was another aircraft there being made. But anyway, Coronado and DC Designs, they're some of the other developers now working with Microsoft and Asobo. Oh, Blackbird Simulations are making the Helo crane, the big Sikorsky yoke. That's cool looking. So that's pretty awesome. And then, of course, we got some news about updates, more updates along the way, including a new local legend. News on this one. Well, the next local legend being built from aeroplane heaven is the Boeing 707. What? The Boeing 707, like the original Jesus, right? Now, here's the thing. They also announced tomorrow being the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and I'm surprised they went with this because, you know, we never talk about these sort of things when it comes to Microsoft. However, they are releasing a update, or not an update, they are releasing a new aircraft tomorrow, and all the proceeds of the sale of this aircraft for the first month are going over to the, I think it's the USO. And it's going to be that of a C-47 Skytrain. And they're also going to include the Waco glider. This is awesome news. This is huge news. But it left me a little bit puzzled, because Aeroplane Heaven, during the early days when they said they're going to bring a DC-3 and a C-47 into the sim, well, the DC-3 was handed over to Asobo, and that was the end of the discussion. That was just the end of it. And to be quite frank about it, I'll still be Murph, right? To be very frank about it, The DC-3 that's in Microsoft Flight Simulator, as it stands, it's kind of meh. Without any of the enhancement mods, be it the one from Got Friends or from the Duck lads, Duckworth, without those, it's very meh. You put those mods and enhancements in there, you got yourself a very, very good aircraft. But without them, it's kind of meh. So where's the C-47 going to go? Bearing in mind, the C-47, it's almost identical to a DC-3. All we're going to be getting here is probably a new cabin, or lack of a cabin. It'll be just set up for a paratrooper configuration. We probably will be able to get paratroopers jumping out the back. It should have some sort of a towing cable to bring along the glider. I'm super excited for it, but I'm just thinking, well, do you know? So listen, it's great news to say that they're going to release this, and tomorrow of all days, marking the 80th anniversary, I thought that was a nice touch. And of course, this all comes in line with what we're going, hopefully what we're going to be doing on Saturday when we do our own commemorative flight over Normandy. And it'll be interesting to see just how many C-47s, DC-3s we can get airborne and flying in the sim. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not Frank. Just in time for Saturday's stream. Yeah. And like the screenshot that they showed it was so impressive. So impressive, because it had the C-47 carrying the gliders, and it showed paratroopers as well. And I remember Airplane Heaven advertised must be 2 years ago now. They advertised paratroopers jumping out the back of this thing. But if they're using the same aircraft engine, and I don't mean like the actual engines of Pratt & Whitney's, if they're using the same aircraft engine, well, hopefully the likes of a Duckworks mod or Got Friends could tweak it, because it needs a tweak, right? Or maybe they've enhanced it themselves. It'll be interesting to see. But anyway, it was Airplane Heaven, who've been fairly busy when you think about it. They're a small team, right? And we're waiting ages for the Lancaster. We believe it's held up all to do with, they're waiting on sounds. Well, they have released a P-47, they have released a Hurricane, and they've updated the Spit over the last couple of months. They're also working on the C-47 for a Sobo, and now we've learned they're working on a Boeing 707. That's huge news. Huge news. So keep an eye out tomorrow night when they're with the marketplace update. That's when you should get to see the C-47. And I think it's huge news. It's great news. Brilliant that we have this stuff in there. And it's a nice touch as well. You're giving all the proceeds for the first month over, I think it's to the USO, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome stuff. So what else did we have? Thanks, Gibbo. Yes, we also had word then for a new city update, which will be coming online for Flight Sim Expo, and it's going to be that of Las Vegas. Now, this is interesting because Flight Tampa have made an incredible rendition of Las Vegas, but it's payware. So it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft do here. Is it a case that they have some maybe 3D buildings put in, or is it just photogrammetry? I didn't quite get to see all the details, but we do have a city update coming very, very soon, and it is that for Las Vegas. So that's going to be kind of handy, right? Then they announced their next update, and it's going to be a city update coming for July the 4th for Independence Day. And York said he's working on a couple of different cities. They're trying to, do all the polish. And he mentioned something I thought fierce interesting. It took him 4 years to get permission to be allowed to fly an airplane over Washington, D.C. in order to capture the photogrammetry that they need in order to release a update. And the good news is they finally got it. And we saw a screenshot of Washington, D.C., which is coming in the sim for July the 4th. Thought that was pretty cool. And again, having photogrammetry, I can only imagine the amount of red tape one would have to get through. So that's great news as well. It's like awesome stuff. Brilliant. And what else do we have? Yes, a question came up as well regarding Bing data. And it's something we're going to have a little closer look at this evening because we have this map enhancement thingamajig, right? But when it comes to the Bing data, the answer isn't as straightforward as you may think. If we were to say, hey, we want the latest Bing data, please. Well, there's actually 3 points to it. There's the satellite imagery, then there's mesh, and then there's this other stuff, TIM or something it's called. But effectively what it is, when we look at the satellite imagery when you're flying around in the sim, and I fly over my region, I fly over the job, I fly in places that I know, and you're looking down and you're thinking, Jesus, that's old. Like, that's an old satellite imagery. So there is a bit of news on that. They have, I think they said 200 terabytes of data, I think. I could be wrong there. They've a lot of data coming out from Bing that they will be injecting into the sim. So Yeah, that's good news as well. Now, what was the other stuff? Top Gun, yes. Gibbo, you're an absolute legend. Top Gun to stay for about 2 months more. And York said, listen, the Top Gun Maverick stuff that's in the store, he read through the gadget with Paramount and they were like, yeah, it ends in May. And then he was like, this thing is very popular. And then Paramount were like, let's leave it there for a while. Let's see what happens. So he reckons he has it for another 2 months. And York was saying he'd like to keep it there as long as possible. So, yeah, we shall see. Now, top-rated aircraft sale. To celebrate the most highly rated aircraft by the community, Microsoft have invited developers of top-rated planes to join their first ever top-rated aircraft sale. Top-rated aircraft sale. Now, I didn't get the full skinny on that, because I was on at that stage. What was I doing at that stage? I was probably doing something I shouldn't, right? But yeah, they did mention top-rated aircraft sale. To celebrate the most highly rated aircraft by the community, we invited developers of top-rated planes to join the first ever top-rated aircraft. Free advertising. Many were begging for World Update Brazil. Well, they said it was coming. When, we don't know. We haven't a clue. What else then was there? There was, I don't know. Scenery have to be in that, right? But there was something else mentioned as well about, how are some of the really crappy add-ons able to stay in the store? And there's no real policing method to that. It's just like, look, if they get a complaint and they have to remove it, well then, whoosh, off it goes. They were also asked the question, what are they going to do to combat some of the copyright? Because copyright is like, that's ruining the gig for developers. Third-party developers, like, from their perspective, the money and time that they invest into bringing a project to the marketplace or a third-party marketplace, only to be stolen then and published. Well, Microsoft are working on it. Jorg actually said he's a team working on it. They can't go into details. We kind of know how this kind of works. Validations. We saw an X-Plane, Sassel, and what's the other one? I forget the other one, but like basically they'll check your add-on to make sure that it has whatever signature. Yeah, that's an active add-on. Yeah, you can use the sim. There's all that kind of stuff, They promised then that the Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 software development kit will come in advance of release, which is great news for devs. That's huge news. Now, some developers already have it. Some have it. Some don't have it. You can imagine who has it versus who doesn't have it. So any developer, that we know has been developing aircraft for the new sim, Inibuilds, Flight FX, and so on, well, they have the thing. So they're going to have, I won't say an advantage, but like they're going to learn it fairly quick versus anyone else coming in a little bit later to the party. That'll be interesting. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, stability. When it came to Sim Update 15, thanks Gibbo, they ran a couple of slides saying where the sim was at after Sim Update 15. And I don't know, is this like these KPIs that they're running? I don't know, like, is that to say, the sim is now in a very good place? We're happy to kind of, okay, let's move on to the next one. But some of the stuff they're talking about, they're able to measure how many crash-free sessions, crashes per 1,000 of flight hours, and then the mean session hours to a failure. So they're able to measure all of these things, and they can not only can they measure them, they can measure them depending on what device you're using. So they can see, right, without a question, PC is going to be better. Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X on the cloud, and then of course the sim update itself. So I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, basically there is better stability now with Sim Update 15. Touch wood, my sim has been running very well over the last week or 10 days or so, which is great news. Great news. So yeah. Murph, are you watching the fly in the corner of the room or did you move your teleprompter? No, I've me mods chat up here and Gibbo is being an absolute ledge because he's putting up a whole load of information. Gibbo's handy like that. He listens and takes notes. I don't. I'm like, yeah, and you were wearing a blue jumper, right? So yeah, forgive me, I'm just reading, we have a mods chat, you see. It's where we talk about important things like, well, what did you have for dinner? And, the usual stuff. But fair play to you, Gibbo. 50-50 split or 60-40 split, PC to Xbox to the iCloud, or to the cloud, not iCloud, to cloud, right? So yeah, so when it comes to the development stream tonight, a lot of information there for sure. The next dev update probably be in July or that. Microsoft will be making a loud announcement on the 9th of June. That's when the Xbox game thingamajiggy is on. And you're kind of said, yeah, we have nothing big planned. Expect to see something on the 9th of June. And then, of course, the team are going to be there at Flight Sim Expo. And Jorg did mention something about on the Sunday, they hope to have their marketplace people there, you know, chatting and getting to show us what the new marketplace might look like. So I thought that was pretty cool. So basically, Gibbo is the brains of the operation. Yes, 100% yes. I bring the looks, Gibbo brings the brains, right? Brilliant. That was hilarious. Pinky and the brain. Oh, that's pretty much what it is, lads. Yeah. So, that was the dev update. Like, there's new stuff coming. They confirmed the Sim Update 15 for the most part is very, very good in terms of stability. The game development kits hopefully will be pushed later on in the year, which paves the way for a Sim Update 16. We have brand new aircraft being released tomorrow, the C-47 Skytrain and the Waco Glider, and that's to celebrate the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and all the proceeds to the sales of these aircraft go directly to the USO. And what else then? A 707, Boeing 707, is going to be the next local legend in development by Airplane Heaven. And we have some city updates in terms of Las Vegas, and of course we're going to have the US Northeast. That's going to be the next one, which includes Washington, D.C. Fantastic news, lads. Absolutely brilliant. So, we're going to ramble over here and, more news. Oh, that didn't really make the noise. Hang on. Yeah, right, brilliant. Right, come over here. Right, I have to move a lot slower. Right, now, so here we are, and look at the state of this. We're looking at two things, friends. We are looking at the Airbus A320 from Inibuilds, and we're on the ground here at Santorini, and it looks very, very nice indeed. Now, before we get into all of this, we're going to catch up with the news making the headlines from our third-party developers, all right? And we'll see what the crack is.
Oh, Jesus.
QC Frank, thank you very much indeed. 14 months, man. Cheers. I don't know why my alerts aren't working, but thank you very much. Have I been eating carrots again? I haven't. Now, right, we're over here. There's a bug going around, and it found me, so it did. But anyway, less on that. Just in case you're sitting there eating your lunch, or your dinner, or perhaps even your breakfast, and you're looking at this guy going, oh, Jesus. Right. So we will be having a look at all of this now in a moment. But before we do, lads, we're going to ramble over and have a look at the news. So here we have the news. Are we ready? So 29 Palms, the developer, they have released Santorini Island and the airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Summer is nearly here. So what better way to spend your time than planning your next vacation? Santorini, it's out in Greece. Well, it is a dream destination for millions of travellers worldwide who hope to experience the island's enchanting landscape at least once in their lifetime. Now, thanks to the latest release from 29 Palms, you too can get a glimpse of what to expect and taste some feta cheese. Santorini, officially known as Thyra, well, it's a breathtaking island in the South Aegean Sea, about 200 kilometres away from mainland Greece. It's the southernmost member of the Cyclades group, and Santorini spans about 73 square kilometres. Now, check out some of the scenes, and see this one here, I was like, holy crap, look at that, right? We shall replicate that a little bit later on, because like it looks very, very good, right? The Santorini airport and island scenery, it's an impressive and meticulously crafted add-on that brings the stunning Greek island to life. Now, what do we know about it? Well, the airport. The international airport, located near Kamari village on the southern side of the island, originally opened in 1972. It features a single runway, 15 7,200 feet long, which can take the likes of a 7.5 or a 7.3 or the A320. Nice. The scenery then features itself. So we can see the main terminal building, fire station, fuel facilities, an updated apron layout, along with its 9 parking positions for airliners. There's also a few other bits and pieces. The entire island and its surroundings have been represented in a 3-meter pixel resolution. That's huge. Huge. 3 meters is brilliant. Airport detail, full detailing of the airport, including custom windsocks, antennas, VOR, taxi and runway signs, the lighting, highly detailed light poles. Something just happened. Empire Kicking is here. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, my dude. I hope you're well. Stand up if you saw me comment. What did you say? Who did you say? Joe Morgan said or something. Joe, I didn't see your comment. Well, I saw this one. It's all happening now. Arch NDA has rambled in as well. We've been double raided. Alert the guards. Welcome in, lads. Arch, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Welcome in, guys. And Empire Kicking, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in. How are we all keeping? Happy Wednesday, lads. We were just chatting about the dev update, and now we've just started the news, and we started here with Santorini Island in Greece from 29 Palms. So you're all very welcome in. Great to see everyone. And 14 days, Arch. 14 days, man. Can't wait. And I will see you at the bar. So anyway, we're just talking about Santorini. We're going to be checking this out here on the stream anyway. We're just reading up on some of the details. So the airport detail, which we just went into, buildings and vegetation. Default buildings in all villages have been replaced with custom ones that reflect the authentic architecture of the region, and vegetation has been accurately placed to match the island's real-life flora. Ports and points of interest have been added. Notable points of interest include the windmills, the Metropolitan Church, the Lighthouse, and St. John's Church are included as well. Jesus, that was very loud. Texas One Flyboy, thank you very much indeed for resubscribing. 25 months. Yeehaw. Thank you very, very much indeed, lads. And you started the hype train because you're nuts. But thank you very much indeed. You're brilliant. Thank you all. But yes, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all keeping very well. Animations and AI traffic. The scenery features animated ferries, boats, AI vessel traffic, and an animated cable car that connects the Fira port with the Fira village. Ooh. So there's a lot of features to this. And, well, there's a price tag. You can pick it up over on Contrail for about €22. About €22. What time do I get into Vegas? 3 o'clock afternoon on Wednesday, I think. Or in and around then. So we're going to be checking this one out live in the stream. This one, it was intriguing because I said, oh, hang on. They've done the island as well as the airport. So I will check that one out now very, very shortly. Now, in other news, Simulations, they have released Vilnius Airport for the sim. They've been working on this for quite some time. I was looking at a number of different kind of reveal shots and all this over the last number of months. Vilnius Airport is brought to life with impressive detail and accuracy. It's replicating Lithuania's largest international airport, located just 5.9 kilometers south of Vilnius city centre. It serves as a key hub for the Baltic region. Established in 1932, the airport has grown to handle millions of passengers annually, offering connections to numerous European destinations. It has a single terminal equipped with modern amenities, a 2,500 metre asphalt runway, and a comprehensive public transport link, including buses and taxis. Vilnius is a gateway to both business and leisure travellers. So, in bringing this bustling airport to the sim, well, Simulations have made great efforts to capture its essence. The Accuracy model terminal and interior are standout features, offering virtual pilots an immersive experience. We're rather impressed by the developers' rendition of Liege Airport last year, and Vilnius seems to follow on the same line, with every detail from the architecture to the layout having been recreated with realism in mind. We have a video to show you here now. Simulations have pushed this through, Inibuilds. So Inibuilds are selling this. You pick it up on the Inibuilds store. And, well, we'll have a look at the video here now and pause that. We'll get a bit of music here now, lads. And do you know what I mean? Make it all look... this could work. Could it work? Yeah, this works. Right, we'll do one of these. Jesus! Old Veteran 965 in with a 5 gifted tier 1 subs to the channel. Scott, thank you very, very much indeed, my man. The absolute ledge. As we're here watching Vilnius. Thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Old Veteran, do be sure to say Thank you. Very kind. This looks impressive, doesn't it? Simulations, like, Jesus lads, they've come a long way, haven't they? It looks stunningly beautiful. Now, it's available now. The scenery also includes GSX compatibility, meaning comprehensive ground handling services are included, and it's exclusively available through Inibuilds, priced in and around €17 plus the tax. This thing is close on 20 bucks. But we can see it looks very nice. I mean, the modelling is fantastic. Do you know? It looks great. And as I said before, like simulations, well, they've really come on over the last couple of months and years even. So the main features: accurately modelled terminal and its interior, custom lighting, parking positions matching with real life, custom surroundings, custom people, animated objects, a shuttle train, PBR materials, parallax materials, real world based terraforming, updated CGL data, ambient animations, and also GSX included. So Simulations, massive congratulations to them for getting Vilnius out the gate. Fantastic. Now, more scenery news. France VF4, well, they've released the Southwest of France pack for Microsoft Flight Sim. There's more than 30 airports here. What? Wait to hear this. So France VF4 once again leaving a mark in the Flight Sim community with the release of their latest scenery pack, this one focusing on the southwest of France. The new addition to the developer's extensive portfolio of French airports brings together an array of elements and infrastructures essential for VF4 flying in the picturesque southwest region of France. Immediately, the most remarkable feature is the new pack from France VF4, the inclusion of over 30 custom airports and airfields. Each location is enhanced with photorealistic buildings, detailed ground textures and markings, and entire fleets of static flying club planes. France VF4 Southwest France isn't just about the airports, it also offers a comprehensive VF4 flying experience with numerous remarkable objects, obstacles, and VF4 landmarks referenced by the Aeronautical Information Service. You can explore reworked ground textures, vegetation, and the high voltage pylons network, water castles, marinas, thousands of wind turbines, castles, churches, and more. Now, the regions that they cover, like you're talking the southwest of France, Bordeaux down to kind of the Pyrenees, that neck of the woods, right? The goal is to create a mix of IF4 and VF4 platforms that offer the best possible compromise between the visual rendering and the realism. Enhanced airports and airfields, 28 of those feature photorealistic 3D modelling, realistic details, ground textures all done, animated elements, night lighting has been updated as well. And this gives you an idea. So, like, look at the region that they're covering. Like, you're talking just south of Normandy, the Vendée region, down past kind of Bordeaux, heading down towards kind of San Sebastian, going all the way across to nearly, where's that, Strasbourg nearly? It's a huge area. Well, maybe not Strasbourg, but it's a huge area. And this is nuts, right? 15,000 signs, railroad pylons included. So the main road network features about 15,000 signs.
I put the car in swinger, baby.
Jesus! That's hilarious. Something mad happened. DeBlaze, you absolute mad lad, dropping 10 tier 1 subs into the chat. They just smashed the level 3 hype train. Where's the button for the hype train? You couldn't hear it. It was in the distance. Hang on. DeBlaze, thank you very much indeed. My God, Jesus, thank you very much. Lads, if you just received a tier 1 sub from DeBlaze, who's the legend, well, thank you very, very much. Do be sure to say thank you. And Jesus, Cockspur Development Team, Seb, where are we at? He just rambled in with a tier 1 sub. God almighty, 23 months, Seb. Great to see you, man. Looking forward to 2 weeks' time. I see a Seb and an Arch sitting around a table talking about things. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very, very much indeed. Insane generosity, lads. Thank you very, very much. This is huge from France VF4. 15,000 road signs. What? Anyway, here's a list of all the airports, for there are many, right? Anywhere from, I mean, look at this. Toulouse is in there. They have stuff in Cognac. They have stuff in Bordeaux. They have Royan. They have a lot of stuff in here. And like some of the pictures here look absolutely gorgeous. Look. It reminds me of like the Orbex kind of stuff they used to do back in the day. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing. How would you know if you received a sub? It'll tag your name and you'll have a little icon thingy beside your name now, which is awesome. And you'll get all the emotes. They're very emotional. You'll get all of those. Anyway, this massive scenery pack, it's available right now. You can pick it up through Aerosoft or Sim Market, and it's priced at around 40. Around €40. So, like, 30 airports for €40. Hang on, I must sneeze. Gesundheit. Pardon me. 785. What? How many? Hang on. Can I not see that on over my side? I think. Yeah, but where you see that? Wait, I can't see it. Jesus. Old veteran 965. Jesus, don't let the missus see that. That's incredible support. Thank you very, very much indeed. You'll all get the message in your notification inbox. Yeah, you shall. The Southeast VFR is very good, says Goblin Zeus. The lovely Kaharia has rambled in. Hello, Kaharia. I hope you're keeping very well. That's insane support. Thank you very, very much indeed, lads. You're too kind. So moving on, A2A simulations. Well, the AccuSim Comanche has been updated to version 1.6.1. And, well, as I'm here, a big, massive shout out, by the way, over to Vashko at MSFSaddons.com, to Callum and the lads over on FS Elite, and to Sergio Costa over on Heli Simmer. These guys, 3 of the best websites you can get for all the news making the headlines, of course, in our beloved simulators. So a massive shout out to them. Lucky for me, I controlled the checkbook. Brilliant. So news from A2A. Well, they continue to improve the popular AccuSim Comanche, and according to a forum post, the new version of the Comanche is now available, and it adds several updates current owners will find useful. Of particular note is the newly added panel integration with the freeware Falcon 71 KLN 90B GPS. And that's a little picture of it there. See, you can add this now into the aircraft. This is really, really nice. And it's a very basic GPS. It's old, it's like, you know, but it's there. It's a fully featured simulation of the Bendix King KLN 90B, available on GitHub. The freeware add-on replicates nearly all of the original unit's functionality. Installed into the left side of the Comanche's instrument panel, the KLN 90B provides another GPS option for simmers who can now choose between the Bendix King unit, Microsoft's default, or the working title GNS 430, 530, and of course the GTN 750s, both from PMS and TDS. As part of the KLN 90 integration, A2A have also replicated the installation of an AK950, the Ameri King GPS nav switch, and also the annunciator panel. Several other quality of life updates have been incorporated into version 1.6.1. Details are provided to the changelog. We have that below. Comanche owners can update the aircraft using the Comanche Check for Updates shortcut. You can find that by going into your apps, go down to A2A, and then click on the Check for Updates, and it'll automatically upload and do the thing for you. Super handy. And if you don't yet own the aircraft, you can pick it up from the A2A Simulation store for $49.99. The marketplace version hoped to be released next week, now that Sim Update 5 or Sim Update 15 delays have been cleared. And of course, if you're in the market for A2A's Comanche, FS Elite have an extensive review. The A2A Comanche is a groundbreaking kind of standard that was achieved in Microsoft Flight Simulator, because the levels of detail A2A have managed to create with thanks to the new AccuSim 2.0, it's just incredible. The Comanche is absolutely incredible. The thrill and experience and, you know, real sensation of flight this aircraft gives you, nothing gets quite close to what A2A AccuSim's Comanche can do. And they're a great bunch of lads, and they have an extensive plan of additional aircraft coming to the sim at some stage, right? So very, very exciting. Captain Ray, good to see you. Changelog can see here a couple of issues with flight pans loading in, fixed fuel adjustment, fixed the last digit of the comm radio frequencies, tuned ground physics to more accurate crosswind handling, and better detection of multi-position switches by the input configurator. So great news there. Now moving on, pilots. Well, pilots have provided pre-Expo updates on upcoming projects. Fair enough. I thought this stuff was best suited to Expo. But anyway, the studio behind the Dash 7 and, of course, the Boeing Clipper have taken to their Facebook page to provide an update on what they're up to ahead of Expo. In a brief update, the team first elaborated on their immediate priority is getting the current lineup of pilots' aircraft onto the Xbox marketplace. The Dash 7 should be first, with the developer's Boeing 314 Clipper to follow thereafter. The post seeks to dispel speculation that have been observed online with the 314 on Xbox has been abandoned, and it clarifies that delays up to this point have been due to limited manpower within the development team. A comprehensive update to the PC version of the Boeing Clipper is also planned for not too long after Expo, although what might be contained within the update has not yet been shared. hopefully, if you're going to Expo, pilots do have a booth there, so do be sure to ramble over. I chatted with them last year. Nice bunch of lads. Moving on, the post confirms that the development team are also working on some new airport scenery to complement the Dash, with a focus on two fields that have both played host to the aircraft at some point. The airport first being worked on is Tioman Island in Malaysia, Whiskey Mike Bravo Tango. This was previously served the operator of, is it Bergea Air with the Dash 7, although in the present day the airline has become a charter airline. That being said, the approach into this particular airport has been noted by Forbes magazine as one of the most dangerous in the world. The second one they're going to add is going to be that of Prairie Creek in Canada's Northern Territory, Charlie Bravo Hotel 4. The strip is still served by the Dash 7 to this day by Air Tindy. The rugged airfield situated within a valley near steep terrain serves as the gateway for a local zinc mine, which has a spectacular approach which can be viewed there. Look at the cut of that look. Doesn't that look nice? Now, the post also gives details of an upcoming visit pilots team have scheduled to Yellowknife following the trip to Vegas for Expo. There it revealed that the team will be working on the Dash 7 to gather more information as they can, including its cargo ops, as well as additional reference images and an improved sound set for the aircraft. This, says the post, will complement a comprehensive future update for the Dash 7. Now, what do you guys think of the old Dash 7? Or the Boeing Clipper for that matter? What are your own thoughts on that? Do you know what I mean? Black Void, good to see you, man. Started watching on my 120-inch screen, then the face went full screen. I needed therapy. Yeah, it'll do that. Nutty Slack says, I found a 747 at the top of my stairs this morning. Turns out I'd left the landing light on. Jesus. So the Dash 7, I'm underwhelmed by this aircraft. It's just meh. There's no, it's for my opinion, and it's only my opinion, it's a soulless aircraft. It needs something in there. The sounds are not great. And just, it's a soulless aircraft. It needs character. It needs a something. The Clipper has it. The Clipper definitely has it. But the Dash 7, nah. Opportunity missed, big style, I think. The Clipper is nice only because, well, it has the character. You know what I mean? Damn, I'm good is here. Good to see you, man. You're very welcome in. Right, moving on. Inibuilds. They've updated Stansted. So, Inibuilds have issued a new update for Stansted Airport, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, making it now to version 1.0.7. The update improves certain lighting LODs, it adds in the missing helipads, and it resolves an issue where some gate numbers were not properly illuminated. The update can be obtained through the Ini Manager right now, and if you don't own Stansted, you can pick it up for about £14. Any massive scenery like this from Inibuilds, by the way, these are incredible. They do great work, and the pricing of this one isn't bad either. So Stansted, they've done a phenomenal job scenery-wise. So if you haven't got it, and you know you want to be flying in and out of one of the busiest airports in the UK, well, do be sure to grab it. So yeah, they fixed a couple of things, and as I said, it's available through your Ini Manager. Just click on that and you'll see them. So small, short but sweet update from Inibuilds. It's good to see them updating their sceneries. I mean, this doesn't happen all that often when it comes to some of our scenery developers. Some of them are very talented, but you just don't see them making multiple updates. I mean, version 1.0.7, when did Stansted come out? Late last year? You know what I mean? Now, more news here from, say, Intentions AI. These lads are, like, they're creating waves to say the least, right? Say Intentions have announced a major update to their chatter system. This is interesting. It's aimed at providing an even deeper level of immersion and liveliness in their living ATC world. The update, which is now live, introduces a groundbreaking feature: historical ATC communications from multiplayer pilots. Huh? Wait till you hear this. Now, before we get into how are they getting your data, there is an option that you can opt in or you opt out of, say, Intentions recording your voice whilst you're on their network, and it'll save your voice and it'll then re-engineer it and put it back in to that area if someone else wants to go flying. So let's say, for example, let's say Gibbo is flying in Dublin, and let's say Muse is flying in Cork, and let's say Old Veteran is flying in Donegal. Right. If I start off on the ground in Cork, I'll hear potentially a Muse fan chatting away as background chatter to the tower. Once I ramble up somewhere else, well, I'll hear Gibbo, or I'll hear Old Veteran. Not only that, Old Veteran, if he flies down the road, he'll hear a Gibbo, potentially, and the two of them could hear a Muse. That's the idea behind this. But just note, there is an opt-in or an opt-out. If you don't want your voice getting up there, that's quite okay. You just say, hey, no, don't want to be a part of this, right? I should really try this by, using different accents, right? Like your man out with The Simpsons, Cletus, and, the other guy. The guy who always has all the spots on him. Are you sure we want to go this way? He sounds a bit like Shaggy. Brilliant. We'd have the crack with that. But anyway, it's pretty cool, this, right? There's a lot of stuff here. And the historical ATC console multiplayer pilots, the opt-in feature, and then they're going to have new enhanced audio settings to optimize your experience. And this pre-recorded AI-generated chatter, live multiplayer global chatter, multiplayer proximity, hear other say intention pilots within radio range on the same frequency. That's pretty mad, right? A Carrick accent in the background, right? Dougal got his voice on the VATSIM advert and didn't know. Do you know what I mean, Dougal? It just happens like. This is kind of cool. Share my audio so you can see the options. Look, you just put this into your options when you're flying on the gadget and then they'll use it. I think it's a very good idea though. It's quite immersive, Could you imagine other pilots get to hear our ATC mistakes over and over and over? It'd be brilliant, hello, tower. Jesus, just the smoke coming from that place. Say again, right? They'd have to do some sort of filtering. Could you imagine? I think it's a great idea though. But I have to say, right? I'm still not mad on the pricing element of say intentions because it's dear, lads, right? There's no point saying otherwise. It's dear. It's a subscription service that's about $30 a month, 300 quid a year, give or take. It's expensive. However, what is very promising here from say intentions, well, they seem to be backing up any sort of misgivings by providing to say, hey, look, we're doing this, we're doing that, and we're doing the other. Hello. They have a lot of options, like considering they've already, they've locked heads with Navigraph. They have this new AI dude to help you along, the Vietnam pilot, to teach you, right? And they've all these options here as well. Plus, they have a fairly substantial roadmap of additional features that they want to add to this platform. It is exciting. So, great news from say intentions, and they're playing a stormer at the moment. So more of it, and let's see what happens. SoFly. I'm a huge fan of SoFly. They've brought us some really nice add-ons over the years. The Weather Preset Pro, the animals one. Did they do the dinosaurs as well? I can't remember. But anyway, they've announced Eco Soundscapes for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Huh? SoFly have announced a unique product, expanding their portfolio of add-ons. This time, Eco Soundscapes, the developer is bringing improved environmental sounds to the simulator, offering simmers a more immersive and realistic soundscape well across a variety of situations and scenarios. It aims to enhance the auditory environment of the sim by introducing hundreds of appropriate environmental sounds. SoFly say flying over dense jungles, approaching busy airports, or cruising above serene beaches, pilots will be able to enjoy the sounds of wildlife, aircraft, and ground crew, among other ambient noises, making each location in the game a little bit more vibrant. Now, can I play this? I can play this. Let's have a listen. Let's see what happens. Aviation, lads. They're legends. There's music here. We need to hide it for a minute. it's a pretty good idea, and I love aviation, lads, but why have music for show? Right, just the sounds. But anyway, it covers a wide variety of environments, which actually sounds pretty cool, right? For it to be realistic, there should be screaming sounds if you're in Ryanair. Wow! Brilliant. Anyway, this looks pretty cool, lads. It adds new environmental sounds to the sim, including hundreds of sounds covering various environments: jungles, cities, airports, beaches, forests. You can control it via an intuitive in-sim menu, master and granular controls. Effects are playable anywhere in the world thanks to the in-sim panel, comprehensive volume and master switch controls, sound placement in thousands of locations worldwide, and there's going to be free updates with new sounds from third-party developers and the community. Here's all your options here, look. Not too bad. Eco Soundscapes will be priced at £20 plus VAT directly from SoFly, with prices varying slightly across other platforms. $24.99 on Sim Market, Aerosoft and Contrail, $37.99 on Orbex, that's Australian, or $24.99 US dollars on Sim in the in-sim marketplace. The add-on is due to release tomorrow for SoFly and Orbex, with additional availability starting on June the 16th. Now, speaking of that, you all know the fantastic gadget over on Discord that we have. Hang on now, I'll show you. So, over on our Discord, right, for which we have many things. I'll show you this briefly. Because Owl Rock is an absolute ledge, right? When we go into the bargains page here, right, FS Add-on Compare is a website. We'll open it up and we'll have a gawk. We showed this off before, but do be sure to keep an eye on this. FSAddonCompare.com tracks a number of different stores and the retail price of a number of add-ons, and it'll tell you when something is on sale. For example, now this is it goes into the minutiae of detail. However, if you wanted to pick up Abu Dhabi, right, by Tay Models, well, you can see Inibuilds are selling it for $14.31. Sim Market is selling it for $14.29. If you want to get the 787 Dreamliner, that's probably Aerolines Pro. But you get the idea. There are hundreds, if not thousands of these things. And he's added in a whole load of new stuff as well. You can filter this by your developer, by category, and you can check to see, hey, is the thing on sale? It's pretty cool, right? And it's quite a comprehensive website now. So great work here. FS Add-on Compare. Do be sure to go over and have a look at it, lads, because if you are always wanting to buy something, I'll put the link here in the chat. If you want to buy an add-on, well, this is the website to check out. Furthermore, if you just head on over to our Discord, !Discord, and keep an eye on the bargains channel. You'll see it there. It says bargains. Yeah. Well, every day the bot will give you an update to say, hey, these are 21 new add-ons are on sale on this date. See all 500 items that are on sale. And they're broken down into different categories. Could be airport, could be aircraft, could be scenery. Well, you get the idea, yeah? Some really, really cool stuff. He has cost MuseFan a fortune lately. It's genius. And Rock has done a great job doing all this. So do be sure to check it out. As I said, you can check it out on our Discord, ramble over there, and just make sure you just key into the bargains channel. And every time there's an update, you'll get a little ping to say, hey, you can get yourself some discounts. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Now, where's my screen gone? We're nearly there, lads. We're nearly there. Where's that now? Close that. And we're over here. So SoFly with the Eco Soundscape. That's pretty cool looking. Now, FS HUD Air Traffic Control version 1.3 has been released. In an era when AI-powered ATC programs seem to be dominating, well, the traditional and established offerings continue to provide reliable and predictable services. FS HUD, which became available about 2 years ago, is one such tool, and it has received a major update, introducing significant enhancements aimed at improving the ATC experience for existing users and, hopefully, attracting prospective buyers. Flight One, developers of FS Hub, say that version 1.3 is designed to mimic real-world ATC operations closely, ensuring smooth and safe ground activities, whether the aircraft are taxiing, crossing runways, taking off, or landing. FS HUD manages these operations with high accuracy, reflecting real ATC scenarios. So what's new? Well, improved departure and arrival phases. Their enhanced communication handling across all frequencies during the departure and arrival phases, managing the interactions with both ground control and the tower. The systems ensures that aircraft are properly cleared and ready for takeoff. The advanced in-flight management. In the air, FS HUD integrates new traffic separation, speed assignment and vectoring technologies, and the updates align with real-world air traffic control practices. That's pretty cool. Refined approach and landing procedures, user interface and usability enhancements, and then they talk a little bit about version 1.4. The future update promises to introduce realistic voice features for a more immersive auditory experience and a speech recognition system that will allow pilots to interact with ATC using their own voice. At the moment, it's a menu system. You'll see it here. So that's the dude just chatting about it. But how it works is, it comes up here, you have this like option up the top of your screen, and you just select. You can, select 1, select 2. It's like the old FSX ATC menu, kinda, right? And they have a couple of other options baked into it. But you can see, like, when you want to do some flying,
taking off and landing are
there's it now. We have a listen.
that one efficiently
Right now.
and similarly firms the landing up.
We had a look at this before, but like, they'll give you options. You'll see what they're saying to other aircraft, and then you communicate to them. It's definitely different. Definitely different, right? But anyone who owns it, well, there's a new update there for you. And you guys can pick this up if you're interested. You can get it over on the flight1.com website. All right. So good stuff there. Now, over to X-Plane. A brand new release has arrived to the shores of X-Plane 12. And it is one of my favorite helicopters. This is one of the very first streams I did ever in the history of streaming was with this helicopter. Way back in the day. Well, I say way back in the day, about 2018. I don't think I even had a camera back then. It was just my voice. Right. And it didn't sound as, as it does now. But anyway, X rotors. Well, they've just released the AW139. They released the 104 a little while, or the 109 a while ago. The 139 has now been released for X-Plane 12. They updated this for X-Plane 11 a little while ago. They've now updated it for X-Plane 12. And I have to say, it's pretty nice. It is pretty nice. I put up a couple of screenshots of this thing earlier on. I'll show you some pictures here, look. Just to give you an idea, I wasn't going to fire up X-Plane and show you. I just wanted to say, hey, look, this thing is now available. Go into me Share X screenshots, and I think I have some in here. So I have a couple of screenshots in here of this chopper from, here we go, here. So it's a beautiful aircraft, right? I love this because the Irish Air Corps operate these. They fly the 139. I want it and I don't fly them. Yeah, it's really, really nice. But look at that. I took these screenshots, right? Look at the state, right? The 139, that's a 777. The 139, it's a super aircraft. It comes with a couple of new liveries. They've completely rebuilt it from the ground up. And I have to say, lads, it is pretty. It is pretty. Look at the detailing in it here, look. Very, very fancy indeed. Here's the cockpit of it. So it's very, very modern. And as I said, the Irish Air Corps operate these. And yeah, it's if you're into heli flying, that's your option, right? Look at the cut of it.
Jesus.
Does anyone know the airport that's in? And there's a hard question. You can see shades of links. Yeah, so the company who built it, it was a Bell Augusta. They made it. They made the real world aircraft. Leonardo helicopters, I believe they're called now. But it's the Bell Augusta AW139, right? Pretty cool though. I see 21 hours DC Design Discord partnership with Microsoft, an image of the A10. Yeah, they're working on it. Augusta Westland, yeah. Augusta Westland, not Bell Augusta. Augusta Westland, sorry, yes, Westland. They made the links. And then, well, Bell is Augusta, I think. No, it's slack, isn't it? AW. Bell Augusta. So it's not, yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, anyone know the airport now? No? There was a sneak release of the Cuba. Yeah, we covered that last week, Saiti. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, anyway, look, an awesome helicopter now available in X-Plane 12. If X-Plane 12 is your bag, and it is the AW139. It was Shannon, lads. You should know. Was surprised that Asoba were behind the 415 and the 125. Yeah, 100%. Bought the Technam over a month ago, still waiting to fly it, Radioactive says. Nice. Yeah, it was Shannon. Right, moving on. Orbex have released True Earth Great Britain Central for X-Plane 12. Orbex continue and completed now. They've done North, South, and finally Central. This is an interesting project. The True Earth series started off back in the world of FSX, right? It was blurry. I couldn't make it out. It's okay, Muse. What they've done here, they now have the entirety of the United Kingdom in stunning detail. All the landmarks, visual reference points, VFR, you name it. It's in savage detailing, including satellite imagery now for the entire island. And it's now available over on X-Plane 12 also. So basically what it does, they're true art. It's, you know, they put in all their custom assets, all their buildings, they use OSI data, they use just a ton of stuff. And if you like flying in the UK, particularly in X-Plane, this is pretty much the best you can get because it looks after everything. Roads, traffic, all your visual reference points, you know, all the terrain masking when it comes down to the sea, all the elevation is correct, the terrain is correct, you know, locations of forests, roads, lakes, rivers, everything is where it should be. And it's done to savage detail. Savage detail. So that's available now over on X-Plane through Orbex. This product focuses on just under 60,000 square kilometres of the UK, including Liverpool, Manchester and Newcastle. They have 10 metre mesh wherever possible for the best possible detail, along with more water masking as well. And they include all the POIs as well. Castles, churches, cathedrals, you name it. So owners of the X-Plane 11 get a discount if you're upgrading to this one. And if not, you can buy it directly from Orbex for $44.99 Australian dollars, about 35 quid give or take, right? Very good. My Orbex account is bugged at the moment, so I can't download this. Just drop them an email. Orbex are very quick to come back to you on support, you know. But yeah, it's great news to see Orbex. They were never able to do Ireland in this detail. And I remember, was it John Venema? I can't remember who I was chatting to before about this, but the price, and this was kind of brought to you know, even more so into public knowledge when Jorg mentioned it, that Microsoft had considerable problems trying to get permission, not only to get the photogrammetry, i.e. flying aircraft over cities and all this, but getting permission to be able to use this data. It staggers me that governments or civil servants or whatever official body, it boggles the mind that they don't want this in the simulator. Think of the tourism, think of like the training applications. It's incredible. It's incredible. So yeah, it's mad, isn't it? They never managed to get Ireland in there at all, which is a shame. But anyway, what can you do? What can you do? Now, Flight Sim Expo. We were chatting about this in a little while, but we know it's coming up in about 2 weeks' time, on the 21st to the 23rd of June, and it's going to be held at the Rio in Las Vegas. And well, more news coming out. We can see, you know, who's involved with it. Some very familiar names there. And, you know, they've kind of showed now the floor plan, who's going to be where, what they're doing, and all this sort of jazz. They've just recently welcomed X-Plane to join in. We know the Thrustmaster, Verpil, they're all going to be there. Blackbird Simulations, of course, Orbex, Navigraph, PMDG, Sim Market, Got Friends, Q Pilot, massive sponsor to the whole setup as well. A2A are going to be involved. I think they're sponsoring. And, well, it's going to be huge. We'll chat a little bit more about Expo very, very soon. We'll be chatting about this a little bit later on. PMDG won't be there, though. Well, they've no tables or they've no booths or any of that. I'd be very surprised if... I don't know. I'd be very surprised if you don't see someone there. But maybe, I don't know, Gibba, did they say they actually weren't going? Like, Robert isn't going either. I don't know. But if they're not there in person, they might be there they might be there digitally. You know what I mean? So, moving on. Did this survive? Because sometimes they take stuff off. Yeah, it survived. So, coming up this Saturday, lads, as we've mentioned, there is a D-Day commemorative flight, and this is on the back. Scheduling conflict, last minute go as attendees apparently. Really? Jesus. Our flight is on Saturday, lads, on the 8th. And, well, we're going to be taken to the skies in DC-3s and, of course, now the soon-to-be-released C-47s. And we're going to be flying the route during Operation Albany. This was the precursor. It was the airborne element, all part of Operation Neptune, which, of course, led into Operation Overlord, which is all to do with D-Day. So our flight on Saturday is going to see us departing out of Exeter. Echo Golf Tango Echo. Exeter was used as one of the launching platforms back in the day, and it's going to bring us on this route. This route here is the actual route. So the flight plan, all the jazz, I'll make all this available for you. We also have some custom scenery available very soon, and that's all thanks to the incredible Jeppesen 2001. And there's a trailer video here as well, but that's going to be on this Saturday. Kickoff is at 1900 Zulu. We'll be on the Southeast Asian server. I'm going to have JoinFS running as well, if anyone wants to be flying on other platforms, or if we have any issues with the Microsoft servers. Last year we had, I can't remember the exact numbers, I have a post about it. It was about 100. We got 100 DC-3s flying over Normandy. It was absolutely incredible. So it's just a commemorative flight. We're going to go flying over the route, learn all about the entire operation of D-Day, what was going on both sides. And we're going to just simulate the flight, which will be bringing us in over Carentan and then back out and home again. So we're going to be doing that. So if anyone can't make it, the flight plan, everything else is going to be available for you. The scenery will be made available for you, and you can absolutely fly it in your own time. The scenery that Jepson made, it's pretty super. It's super. So yeah, if you want to bring a Spitfire, you can bring a Spitfire. Absolutely. We'll try and keep it to the era if we can, right? World War II aircraft, if at all possible. Ian Fisher, yeah, it'd be great to have you there, dude. We will have JoinFS up and running. So yeah, look, if you can keep it in the same kind of era, Spitfires, Hurricane, whatever. That's what we're going to try and do. And that's coming up on this Saturday. More details will be made available on our Discord. And of course, there is a video trailer on YouTube as well. Check it out because it shows off some of the scenery that we're going to be flying over. I'll give you a quick little taster of it there. Let it reload. Just look at the absolute suffering state of that and the sounds. Right, so that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. Looking forward to that. Moving on, our VATSIM events. Well, what's happening? Well, friends, tomorrow we have a Liverpool to Aldergrove shuttle. And this is what we're planning to fly. Our own group of FireFly VATSIM pilots are planning to fly this one. VATSIM UK, pleased to announce its latest event, Liverpool to Aldergrove, that's up in Belfast, on the 6th of June, between 6:30 and 2100 Zulu. Join us as we connect two historical naval cities with tons of history and many sights to see. Liverpool to Aldergrove, it's going to be on VATSIM, and I think most of our guys are going to be flying here as well. Any World War II planes on X-Plane? Actually, yeah, they have the... Well, there's a DC-3, but if you don't have it, don't they have the Stinson, I think? Don't they have the L5? Do they know we're coming? No, Dougal, it's a big secret. Josh will probably know, and he won't be too happy about it. But sure, listen, it'd be grand. It'd be fine. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And if you're new to the whole world of VATSIM, and, if you want to join in, by all means, join us in observer mode when you connect your vPilot client. And you can listen into what happens. So looking forward to this. Now we might fly I don't know what we'll do. I'll leave it up to the lads. We could fly from Dublin maybe up to Aldergrove and then to Liverpool, or we might go Dublin, Liverpool and Aldergrove, or we could go Liverpool, Aldergrove and back again. Haven't a clue. I'll see what the lads want to do, and I'll just follow their lead. And this time Gibbo's going first, and it'll be grand. Now, sticking with our VATSIM stuff, notable shout out here to Gibbo. He did some updates for us today. So on our website, twotonemurphy.com, if you go into where FireFly Air is, and just go into FireFly Air, this is how you get started with our virtual airline, right? This is how everything connects and how it works. And you can learn, how do you do the thing, what you do, and all the sort of jazz. And he's now also included our VATSIM roster. These are the official call signs issued to our pilots on the VATSIM network for our virtual airline. And we have a couple of new folks who are working there. There are cadet VATSIM call signs. So if you're interested in learning, join us up over on Discord on the cadet side. We're going to plan some flights, bit of training, bit of ATC coverage, and then we'll do a quick check ride and get you thrown in then in with the rest of the lads. Martel has been updated. I just need to throw him into the new list. That's all, right? That's all. So Gibbo is the man. So thank you very much indeed, Gibbo, for doing that. Now, staying here, we're going to go in and have a quick look at the stats console. So every time you fly on FireFly Air, well, you generate XP. And we now have a new VATSIM stat. So anyone who's flying on VATSIM, there's a new VATSIM leaderboard. And we can see that Simon Murray is way up ahead on 1,800 points, followed closely by MDA. Then we've Rambog, David Bay, and Davy Piera is there as well. And every time you fly on VATSIM, all you need to do is when you register on FS Hub, just put in your VATSIM SID number, and then you can do some of your VATSIM flights. So this is a brand new leaderboard that we have here. And then we also have our main leaderboards. We have all the different leagues for everyone else flying. And these are broken down, of course, into all different leagues. And, well, it's going from strength to strength. Month on month, we're seeing lots and lots of activities, which is great. I also need to give a shout out to Bobby over at FS Hub. We're expecting a beta of the new LRM client on Friday, which means it's going to be a SimConnect solution as opposed to FSU IPC. Let's see what happens there. And then the last little bit from our website, we're going to go into the downloads page, and you can see now that we have a brand new A320 Neo livery. This is the Alpha livery. This is kind of the home livery, if you like, of FireFly Air. Gibbo just completed that. We're checking it out here now in a few moments. We also have the awesome stuff from Cyrus T, amongst other really awesome stuff with Paparazzi's ground vehicle test. Gibbo made the VATSIM files that you can connect in as well. We have a ton of content here. It's great stuff here from Kanzui, from Kaharia, from Renoir. The list goes on and on and on. We have some really, really quality and gifted developers when it comes to liveries, scenery, mods. Here's an important one for Saturday night, the sound bug fix. This is from Airlock Doc. I highly recommend you grab this. If you have any problems with the DC3, that'll fix it. And well, the list goes on and on. All of these are free, by the way. Everything here is free. So do be sure to grab them. All right? Right, friends. We'll go back into this now in a while when we're talking about Flight Sim Expo. But at the moment now, we're going to check out Inibuilds. Where is this now? Man, Gibbo. Some of you have noticed PMDG does not appear on the attendance list. I want to confirm that PMDG are unable to attend the show this year. All of us at PMDG tried really hard to adapt the schedule, but as we continue to work on the 777, it causes a natural shift of other items. Okay. It was making it increasingly difficult for us to have more than just a meager attendance on the show floor. Okay, thanks for that, Gibbo. Yes, good call as well. So while we're here, here's something else. By the way, I need to show you this before I move on. Over on our Discord as well, you'll see, if you go into the TTM community area, rambling here, and if you go down to ideas and feedback, right? Now, this is usually people say, Murph, would you not just do a thing or do it, right? Which you can. However, ideas and feedback, this is where I want your feedback to say, hey, will you try this or, do that or do the other? So any ideas you guys might have, well, sure, let me know. Let me know, right? Put it in the ideas and feedback area, right? Because sometimes I've my own list of stuff to cover and I mightn't even think of this stuff. However, if you tell me, well, I'll see it here and then I'll go off actively and try and cover it, right? Anyway, there was a couple of things put my direction, and I'll get to them kind of here now, right? So first up, Naughty Gnome said, Murph, there's been a massive update from Volanta. I was like, oh, right, all the red notifications. Listen, right, I've many Discords. Well, I'm part of many Discords. Volanta, we all know Volanta. This is a freeware app. Tracks your flight. It's owned by Orbex. You can get the premium edition, all right? And it's very customizable, and it has received a massive new update, right? So you can turn on or off different traffic. This is just showing me VATSIM traffic in the world, or I can turn on Volanta, I can turn on POSCON, I can turn on everything. Pilot Edge, you name it. Every aircraft flying in the simulated world, that's what they all look like. Not only that, but you can do other things, like interpret your flight plan, you can change the map, you can do all this sort of jazz, right? Well, lads, they have included a whole lot of updates. They've updated the schedules. Flights, including cargo, are updated weekly. Aircraft image galleries updated. Plane spotters aircraft automatically fetch images when creating an aircraft manually with find image. The ATIS panel, we can access ATIS information during active flights. Flight time filters, filter flights by duration with longer than or shorter than. Improved flight charts. Charts are now properly scaled with time and include ground speed. Suggest new airports, rich status on leaderboards. You can pin your teams, you can create teams. There's a whole load of updates after going into Volanta. Now, Volanta is something I don't really use an awful lot because it's something else to use, right? But when I do use it, I'm always very happy to use it. So, guys, if you're using Volanta quite a bit, let us know, because we can create teams. And when we create a team, we can do kind of, scheduled flights. It'd be nice to kind of get the information from FS Hub onto this. Do you know what I mean? Best update we could get is online traffic on Navigraph. That's on the way. That's on the way. Can't tell you when, but it's definitely on the way. But yeah, Volanta, for a lot of people, is really handy. It also has some really super options. Let's say, for example, you're flying in PMDG 737. Volanta, for the premium version, has an autosave feature, meaning if your sim crashes, you can reload using Volanta, and it'll restore your aircraft to exactly the way it was before the CTD happened, or within a minute or two. That's super useful. So there's a lot more features than just a moving map and tracking your flights. It gives you landing rates, there's streamer options there to give you information. It's very, very, very good. I keep forgetting to run it in the background as well, Muse. And it tracks all your flights as well. So anyone who has Volanta, do note there's a very good update available. And if you haven't got Volanta yet, I recommend giving it a try. It is very good. It'll also save stuff with X-Plane. Yeah, it has different features. So I must actually... Is that an option in there, Dougal? Start Volanta when Windows starts. Account, connections, general. Launch Volanta at login. I should have had that ticked. Right, here we go. You were running 1.9. Yeah, we're running 1.9. Simulators, so you can say, right, what ones do you use? Track all your scenery. Saving and auto-saving. It does a lot of really handy stuff. Really, really handy stuff. What experience do people have with the restart? I haven't had a great experience with the 737. I've tried to hear it once. It worked well. So that's Volanta, so awesome stuff. Now the next thing then, Gibbo said, Murph, will you check out something for me? And I said, it's a great idea, Gibbo. So this one here, it's called South Oak. It's an object tool. Huh? Do you ever load into the sim? Now this is grand because this makes sense, right? But do you ever load into the sim and, like, you know, you have a whole load of mad ground clutter. You have marshallers there and you have, like, you know, the pushback cart and all this sort of jazz, and you're like, oh, I don't want that there. But we've never had a way to remove it until now. There's a brand new add-on, the Airport Object or Sim Object Toggle Tool. It's a brand new add-on. You can pick it up for about, I don't know what it was, $5 or $10, right? Just have a look what we can do here, right? If I wanted to remove something, see the pushback wagon? If I want to remove that, I need to change the LOD. It's now gone. Click of a button. What? If I want to remove all the clutter, absolutely everything around the aircraft, right? The whole shebang now. Everything around the aircraft is gone except for that catering vehicle. Where are you hiding from? Okay, there's one over there in the distance. Maybe he'll disappear now in a second. Yeah, there he goes. You have to mess around with the LOD slider. Everything else then is belong to the scenery. So it removes all the default stuff away from the aircraft. Isn't that kind of handy? Do you gain much FPS? You actually gain nothing. Because technically, well, we like science. What have I pressed? We like science. So I'm currently getting, what am I getting? 65 frames? That doesn't seem right, but okay, let's go with it. I'm currently getting 65 frames here in this scene, right? So let's turn it all back on again and see what happens. So, dish, 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 dish. Now the only thing is, it doesn't save this, which is a real pain. You got to do this each time. So we'll minimize that. So let me say 50, 66. So 66 frames. Let's zoom out and zoom in. Load back in all the ground clutter. Give it a second now. About the same. About the same. Nothing major there at all. You know? Mostly I like the damn truck that's always in the way. Yeah, I mean, it's handy for that. Now, it doesn't cost you any frames. It doesn't give you any frames. But if you just wanted that extra little bit of control to get stuff out of your just out of the way, you know what I mean? But this is a handy tool to do it. The Airport Sim Object Toggle Tool, and it was released there by South Oak, and it's available to purchase. Where did I get that from? Was it on Sim Market, I think? Hang on. Let's have a look. What's it called? Airport Sim Object Toggle. Yeah, Sim Market, and you can pick it up over there for the grand price of about €7.37. That's with tax, so it's about $5. And well, I'm happy to report it works. It works, right? And the only thing you need to do is just change the LOD. zoom in or zoom out or move away from the plane and move back, it seems to work quite well. So that's just another little add-on, you know, to run in the background. I've tested it. I like it because a lot of the times when you load in, it's like, oh, I don't want that there in me shot. Like usually they put like the pushback guy right in front of you. And I don't know how many times we've virtually killed the ground marshalers to simulated horror, you know. But yeah, you gotta buy it to get around it. Anyway, we're gonna start off here with the Airbus A320 from Inibuilds, and the livery sported on this magnificent aircraft is that from Gibbo, Ireland, and it is for our FireFly Air Alpha livery. And by popular demand, Gibbo was asked, hey, could someone do us something? And he has delivered the goods. Very, very fancy indeed, right? So we're going to check this one out. So as we can see, yes, it is the Alpha livery. And, well, there's some niceties about this. So it's the same stunning design that you can have. And this is available over on our website if you want to grab it. But while we're here, we're just checking out the exterior of Inibuilds A320. Now, we could be arguing here till the cats come home. The cats come home, the cows come home. Do we really need an extra A320 in the sim? Now, there's an LOD thing. You're kind of explained this there tonight. The reason being they wanted this because the 747 and the 787, well, they both got an update last year with the AAU updates. The A320 was kind of abandoned and left to one side. So they reached out. Inibuild said, yeah, we'll build you one. And they have delivered, and here it is. So this is a free aircraft now in the sim, and it's available to Xbox pilots as well, giving Xbox pilots a massive increase in terms of realism for an Airbus A320, considering they don't have access to the fly-by-wire, they don't have access to the Phoenix. Where does this aircraft land in terms of how good or how bad it is? Well, straight away, lads, it's not a Phoenix. And to that extent, well, it's not the A321X. It does, however, feature the Neo variant of the A320, which is nice. So yeah, big news. I'm sure if you covered it. Cow and Sim just released a new heli. I didn't cover it. We'll have to cover it now in a minute. What did they release? Gibbo needs a pay rise. Oh wait, a penny would be a pay rise. Listen. Money's not important, right? I mean, you can't take money with you, Gibbo. Do you know what I mean? My undying gratitude and thanks, right? Now that you can bring to the bank. Right? You put on any mortgage application or loan, I have Murphy's undying gratitude and thanks. No problem. They'll give you anything, right? A H130. What? Where'd you see that now? Cow and Sim. This breaking news. Cow and Sim website. Let's go over and have a look. Have they released it? They have. A brand new helicopter by Cow and Sim, lads. The H130. Ooh. The EC130. It's like the baby 135. Cow and Sim 130. Newest addition to the sim. Throttle on the model can be mapped to your hardware. All other bindings are functional as well. Helicopter uses persistence code to save your weight and balance, as well as all visible options on the models for your next flight. Jesus, 50 paint. It comes with 50 liveries. Detailed manual, paint kit, persistent saving, tested and zeroed by real pilots, realistic startup, realistic systems, medical version, HEMS, 3-panel variants. Oh, it has a G3X, nice. It uses both the PMS and TDS GTN 750s. Yes. What do we think of this, lads? Brand new helicopter. I have to say, that's pretty. There's something very sport. It is a modern looking Gazelle, really, isn't it? A little bit basic on the old panel there, but...
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know what I mean? That is a pretty little helicopter, isn't it? Oh, yes. Yeah, I see me flying one of these in my future. Energizer, thanks for the heads up on that, dude. Yeah, it's like a Gazelle, isn't it? It's very like a modern take on the Gazelle. Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty awesome looking. I like that. Poor El Biddy got a terrible doing. Huh? Oh, we'll have to check that out. Good call. We'll probably fly that next week on the news, lads, just to show you. How much is it going for? 30, is it? 29.99. Sweet. Okay, moving on. So yes, the Airbus A320. Well, let's go in and investigate what we can see here, right? So as I say, in terms of the detailing, it's absolutely incredible. And like over the default Asoba one, like it's absolutely class, right? So we'll ramble in here now and welcome to the flight deck. And again, everything looks super. Bit of volume. And because it's a FireFly Air livery, Gibbo has included some stunning details. Look at that. Look at the cut of that, isn't it? Gorgeous. Where did I put my credit card? Right. Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do, we're going to put some power into this machine and go through some of the features, and then we're going to explore it, right? So we'll go to this camera here for the moment, and we'll jump in and see what we can do. So let me start off with the basics. Tablet, does that work? Can we use the tablet? No. Okay, up on top, so we're going to put on battery 1 and battery 2. Go ahead and get external power. Ooh, good sounds. Good sounds. Now, why isn't the tablet working? There we go. Okay, so we have our tablet. And let's have a look at some of the options here. So this is our dashboard, meet our search, sim brief. So can we, sim brief username not checked. Check options page. What's my sim brief name? Where'd you find that out again? Account. Sim brief plan requested. And let's see, can I do it? You need the ID. Okay. Okay. Incorrect aircraft type. Come on, Murphy. For an A320 Neo, isn't it? Generate the flight. Import from sim brief. And there we go. Right. Santorini over to Corfu, I think. Okay. Meet air search. That's all the usual stuff. Here's a flight plan. Ground options. The doors. Cabin lights, bring them up. Jetway, catering, luggage, toggle pushback. Loading configuration. So the doors are animated, that's nice. Close all. Payload. So we can load this in directly from SimBrief. Weight and balance and apply. Instant, fast or realistic. Put in instant. Load sheet. All looking good. Panel states cold and dark on the GPU, ready for takeoff, or on the APU. It has a performance calculator. What's it looking for here now? Sync the weather. Aircraft control disabled when inputting text. Okay, so we probably need to put in a whole load of stuff in there. Fair enough. And then our options. What have we got here now? Sim brief, ground units, IRS align time, link the instruments. Yeah. Rudder controls tiller. Yeah. Auto tiller disconnect. Zero fuel entry. Default on-screen keyboard. Reset brake temperature. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then throttles. It's okay. Okay, so we have a bit of stuff going with the Sync works when you have FDO weights in the MacDo. Okay. Well, speaking of, let's go into the MacDo here and have a look. So we can see software status and crossload. Go into initialization. Wait for system response. There we go. Company route. Now, can we not import the route? Menu, ATSU. ATC menu or pilot ID. Init request. Because I put in my pilot ID. There we go. Flight number FireFly 235. So it works fine with SimBrief. This is good. Cost index 58. Next. Zero fuel weight. Block. What have we got on board? 8.5. We're looking good. Let me see. Departure and arrival. This is a Airbus Murph. Oh yeah, flight plan. Departure. Yes. So Citizen Stars blasting off runway 4 and it's a direct. That'll do. Performance. V speeds, transition altitudes. Entry out of range. Okay. So let's go back in here to our performance. That's synced. Unable to find safe performance. Why is it not liking that now? Anti-guise, flaps configuration 1. Okay. Unable to find safe performance data. Is that a bug? One down 0. Does that work? Flex 65. Takeoff shift is grand. But it's taken in from here. Yeah, that's really strange, isn't it? Try turning off AC. Runway might be too short. Oh, it could be that. They've got the wrong font in the MacDo. Have they? Force Toga, maybe. Okay, let's give it makey uppy weight. Okay, so, okay, runway could be too short. We won't worry about that. Check IRS airport position. Initialize IRS. Yes. Performance. Initialize IRS. Can we align on that? No, we are aligned. Okay, sweet. Right, constraints. That works. LS put on here as well. We're on the arc. Let's look at plan. There we go. Zoom out. This also works with me WinWig. Wing. Oh, yeah. WinWing. Right, okay, what do you want to do? I want to get a push. So let's go off and get a push. So, ground. Pushback. Toggle pushback. Oh, wait, hang on. APU, Murphy, you big feckin' idiot, you. Emergency lights. Master switch. Imagine if I was left it on my own. 2 switches for the nav logo light. Sweet. Stickondale beacon here as well. There's no drop down for the compass. APU sounds? We have soundage. Not too bad, not too bad. Sounds are good. What else do we have here? A bit of lights, Murph. Bit of lights. So, onto the overhead. Oh, intelligent light is on. Intelligent light. Integrated lighting. They're all on. That's all on. Clear this. That works. Oh, nice. These work as well. Sweet. Weather? Hardly. We shall see. Okay, APU is running. APU bleed. Come on. External power off. I've no button here to remove the GPU. Oh no, toggle GPU. Never mind. GPU removed. Chocks away. Park and brake is on. Right, gives it now push there, Betsy. Toggle pushback. Toggle pushback. No. Okay, here he comes. You want an update for this cause of FPS hits? Oh really? You get terrible FPS hits, and I get a stutter in this. Have you noticed that every now and again there's a little stutter? Jesus, you won't get any points there for driving, Morris, huh? It looks very pretty though, doesn't it? Right, so we want to get an old push here, so we'll see what happens, right? Now, let's see. Why is the... Oh, they're gens, never mind. So packs are working, that's good. Compass light. So there's a light for the compass, but the compass doesn't drop out of the thing. Okay. Okay, so we want to go aft. Park and brake off. And give it a whirl here, Murph. Some soundage. Okay, engines are spooling. There we go. Who else just jumped out of their chair? Jesus. Right, push back. Good luck to you. Thanks, and, well, see you later. Stop, you fool. Toggle pushback. There he goes. Park and brake. Over to the left side. I didn't break it. It's grand. Yeah, I'm on the grass. Don't worry about that. While we're here, let's go exploring the cabin. And again, look at the detail Gibbon put in. Look at the state of that, lads. And also, light brown hair dye. What? Oh, Jesus. There are no words. This is terrible. I was feeling ill earlier, then I started feeling okay. Now I'm feeling very ill. What do you mean uncanny? What are you talking about? My glasses are nothing like them. Who's your man? He looks like... Muse, don't go there. Otherwise that photo's going up. Right.
Jesus.
Jesus is right.
This guy.
FireFly Air business class. For business. Right? He also brought Gretchen into the place. No! No! Oh, right.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
People's Magazine next. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I'll make this livery for you, Murph. Yeah, no problem at all. Friggin' ambush, right? Now, what I do love here, look what he put in the door. Right? Simmers only. And do you know what else he did? You know, because it's Gibbo. No Crocs. Do you know what else he did? No Crocs. Right? Jesus. Yeah, right. That lavvy is vacant. Jesus, you can bring him nowhere. Right. Christ. Anyway, what we? Oh yeah. Right now. Right. Calm it down, lads. Right. APU off. Taxi lights. Landing lights. Turn everything on. We're getting out of here quick. Right. You can bring him nowhere, lads. Bit of power. Nudge us forward there now, Simon.
Oh, jeez.
Signs on. Spoilers armed. Takeoff configuration. Okay, we're good. Gibbo must design everything from now on. When I saw them, I mean, it's hilarious. I was like, holy crap. He's like, yep. Gibbo's innocent, yeah. Very innocent, yeah. Jesus. Very innocent there, Gibbo. Jesus. Oh, hang on. You're leaving it off the runway. How big is this runway? Oh, not very big. Let's go this way. Did we get a price for the C-47s yet? No, Dougal. Not yet. Okay, we're not looking bad for the old Inibuilds 320. Can you get a drink in this? I don't know. Oh, Jesus, lads. If you could feel me glands now. Holy crap. Anyway. We'll ramble out this way. Great sounds. MDA is here. Good to see you, man. What's in the galley? Did we not just look at the galley? Okay, but what did you put in the galley? You mean that fella? Oh dear. What else did you put in the galley? I think we're good. I think that's it, isn't it? Isn't it? They say it is. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. You're making him paranoid. Yes, you are. What else is on the plane? What else did you sneak into it? It's brilliant. Can you open the loo? No. They didn't model English Murph. They didn't model the loo. Okie dokie. Yeah, I realise I'm taking off the wrong direction. It's totally fine. Don't worry. This is a very short runway. I wonder what's going to happen. Okay, on the brakes. Power coming in. Toga. Look at this biggie. Just put sounds. Speed live. There's 80. Yep, see Daisy. Pause, ready to climb. You're up. That's nice. Not too bad at all, lads. Not too bad at all. So, the Inibuilds A320, it's not bad. And considering, lads, this is now free in the sim, right? TCAS standby. There we go. This is now free in the sim, which is absolutely great news. And you can pick up the FireFly Air livery over on our website. Gibbo did great work, as always. Right? And fair play to you, Gibbo. Lads, can we get some pint of Guinness emotes into the chat? He did do an incredible job here, didn't he? Like, Jesus, like, I'm going to be roaring now, you know, with the signage. Can I land it? Well, we'll try and land it. Yeah, absolutely, lads. The old Guinness emotes into the chat. He did a great job here. Absolutely awesome stuff. So I'm going to try and land it here now as well. Now, you're probably asking the question, why does the airport scenery texture look a little bit off? Well, I'm using something else here tonight as well, lads. This is the map enhancement gadget. And it's using Bing latest imagery. And I was testing this earlier on. Now, just looking at time, I don't have an awful lot of time to show this in detail, but I do have a couple of different pictures to show you. But just to tell you, I'm running this new enhancement mod. It is giving me the latest and greatest Bing imagery, which I can actually tell you is better than the default stuff that's in the sim at the moment, right? And the texture resolution using this mod is a lot better. It's a lot better, right? Hey, Strap, good to see you. So, can we land the plane is the next thing. So bring the speed down. And let's see what happens. Hey, Hansix, good to see you, man. You're very welcome aboard. Now, once we get landed, I want to show you, obviously, the scenery. And then I'll show you what it looks like kind of default. But I can tell you, with the map enhancement mod running, it's much better. And anywhere I've used this mod testing it, it is much better. It makes casement look a bit kind of weird, though. Beautiful sunsets here. I don't believe you. Oh, there's beautiful sunsets here. Look at the state of that. Yes. Okay, let's see, can we take this thing in for a now landing? Murph, do you use the Google map? So, Vizali, I tried Google's mapping. I'm sure they're very good in some locations. Bing is better. For my testing, Bing is better. Alright, let's see, can we actually land this machine? What's it doing there? Okay, so the speed brake speed brake is a bit nuts. Alright, let's see, can we land this, right? That's beautiful looking, isn't it? You can change the colour correction on the fly. Yes, you can, 100%. Well, kinda. You can change the colours, saturation, and all this sort of jazz, and then the next time it loads in a tile, you'll see it. Yeah? So, let's see what happens, right? So there's the runway. Get the speed down. Speed brake's out. We're way over speed here. This is hilarious. Yeah, it's grand. Sure, they do not know who I am. I'm a fierce handy pilot. Get that speed right out. Jesus. 2,500. We're way too high in this approach. But let's see what happens for the crack, will we? Bit of sideways action now. Just bleed off the speed. It's totally fine. Don't worry about a thing, lads. I've got this, right? We'll be fine. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear. Right. Oh, we're not stable. Oh, sweet lamb of Jesus, we're not stable at all. Right. Here we go now. Yes. Yes. Ramble in there. All is going to be well in the realm. Am I using my normal filters? Yes. This is all my default stuff. Jesus, we're doing 180 here. This is going to be hilarious. I'll show you some comparisons here now in a moment.
400. 300.
Shh, it's grand.
200. 100.
Really should have went max.
30, 20, 10, 5.
Get it down. Reversers. Come on, you devil.
Oh, Jesus.
Brake fan on. Auto brake off. Spoilers in. Flaps in. And we've made it. So yeah, I'll show you the map, the different maps there now in a second, right? Wombat says, okay, I'm very happy with this mod. Yeah, it's good, it's good. It was grand, 140 feet a minute. Not too bad at all. The Inibuilds A320, I'm impressed, lads. For freeware aircraft as well. I mean, this is amazing. Amazing. So, let's just park in here now for a second, and we'll stick on the brakes, and then we'll go exploring, right? Okay. We're looking good. Now, in terms of the maps, right, I have a couple of pictures here to show you. Because I probably won't be able to get into all of them here now in a moment, right? But we'll have a gawk. How can I show these off? They're in here somewhere. Share X, yes, that's where they live. And into screenshots, yes. And they were all taken today. So let me show you. This here, this screenshot, that's default. That's what we have in the sim, all right? And that is looking at runway 10 at Casement Aerodrome. That's looking into Green Oak Business Park. So you can see the crack there, right? That's default, okay? Now, the next one I'm going to show you is using Google's map, which is the paid version, funny enough. Right, so this is the default. This is what we all have. This is the default on how everything looks. Nothing wrong with it, right? This is using Google Maps. Now, what you'll see straight away, the colours are way more pronounced. They're a lot louder, and there's definitely more detail here. However, what you see in Baldonnel, see this line? Well, that's the difference between scenery tiles or satellite tiles, meaning it's not using color correction, even though the Pro version states it uses color correction. It doesn't. So if you buy the thing, if you get the Pro version, it's like $5 for a month or $30 for the year. And what it should be able to do is do color matching. It doesn't seem to work. But if you compare that, which is Google, compare that to the default, it's a lot more punchy, isn't it? I mean, look, you kind of lost some of the details here on the grass, and you know what I'm saying? With the Google one, there's a lot more detail. Like, it's day and night in the difference. The only problem with Google is, as I said, it has this weird terrain color. Now let me show you one using the enhanced Bing maps, the brand new Bing maps. And here's the screenshot here. Now you'll notice straight away, very different colors because it was taken at a different time of the year. The detailing is way better, I think. I mean, look at the details. It's very, very good. So when we compare all three, that's default, runway 10. That's Google's runway 10. And here's the enhanced Bing 10. So the colors are very different because this is taken early autumn, late summer, yeah? But look at the details on the grass. Now we can absolutely change the saturation. We can punch the colors up if we wanted to. I'm just, as out of the box, this is just me testing it. Right, so there's one example. The next example I'm going to show you is down on the M7 towards Kill. And again, it's just to give you an idea, right? This is default out of the box. And we can see there's trees and whatever on the hill, and the road looks pretty okay, and we got trees. It's nothing wrong with that. That's the default one that we currently have in the sim, right? Mrs. Hetty Wolf. Good to see you. Welcome in. You've never flown before. All is well. Let's look at Google's variant of it. This is again using the Google map. And again, you can see the weirdness because it's using a different tile. There's definitely more detail in the same area. But what kills it for me is the different satellite tile it's using. And again, this stuff is supposed to be done using the Pro version. I think they're supposed to color correct it for you. Doesn't seem to do the job. So if we look at the default, which is this, it looks okay. Google's way more richer, sharper, but you have that mad line, yeah? And then if we were to compare it to the newest Bing one, or yeah, the newest Bing one, which is, I think it's this one, is it? 4WI? Yeah. This is the enhanced Bing one. You've none of that weird line. And if you do, it's a lot harder to see. Yeah? You can see cloud burn over here, that kind of stuff. But in terms of the detailing you have on the grass, in the fields, all the sort of jazz, even on the road. So here's the default we get in the sim. Nothing wrong with that. There's Google's. Something kind of wrong with that. And then here is the updated Bing one. So you get the idea, right? And I'm sure I've only tested this in Ireland. I will test it in more locations. The last comparisons I'm going to show you now is that of Dublin Airport. If I can find the pictures. Let's see here now. That one. Oh yeah. So this is default, is it? No. Yeah, it was. Sorry, it was. So this is the default Dublin Airport. And again, you can kind of see some of the, you know, Dublin has done fairly well in the sim anyway. Yeah. So this is default, and there's, you know, a fair bit of resolution there. Yeah. This is Google's version. And you have to allow for this as well. A lot of scenery developers spend time matching their scenery to the ortho around it. Ortho imagery, satellite imagery. So you can see Google's, the color is very, very different and there's a lot more detail. But the color is off. It's miles off. So the tile is obviously out. And then you have the enhanced Bing one. Is that the right one? No. Google Bing. This is the enhanced Bing one. So like, what you get out of the box isn't bad, but it's only where they have it updated. And like, looking at some of the areas, there's a whole load of new stuff on the ground. And it kind of looks weird because there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no auto-gen over some of the buildings, which is weird because especially around Baldonnel, you have Amazon and you have all these new buildings. They're there on a satellite view, but you know, the sim hasn't caught on to the new maps yet and hasn't drawn in the new buildings. So it means you have an awful lot of flat satellite buildings. And it looks, if you're at a high altitude, it's going to look great. But if it's low, it's going to be crap. You know what I mean? But in terms of performance, there's no real impact on your performance in terms of FPS. It is a little bit slower in the sim. It's slower to load. It is slower to load, right? Because it's using, you know, new sources, which makes sense, right? It's trying to load in new data, which it is what it is, right? Let's say, for example, if you're using this mod, it might take an extra minute to start, right? Do not use rolling cache with it though. I wouldn't use rolling cache. Keep that turned off. I don't see any need whatsoever, based on my testing, that you'd want to pick up the pro version of it. The free version works very well, right? And if you look at the options from the little app, you don't need to worry about replacing files, or you don't need to worry about anything. The app does everything for you, lads. You need to worry about nothing. Just make sure you start this tool before you launch the sim. Right? And you can see the maps that we have. So we've hybrid maps. You have the Google Maps, but you have to pay for them. Now, you're not paying for Google Maps. You have the Google Maps server, which is free. But the Pro version, it'll tell you, the Pro provides tuned color and resolution. Well, it doesn't. Or it didn't. At least in Ireland, yeah? I didn't check out the Apple Map ones. But the Bing stuff is excellent. And you can see here then, you know, how it loaded in. You can change this on the fly, I think. If we go to Google Maps 1, and it'll probably change the image for where we are. Once it wants to load in, it should. I'm almost certain. There it is. See the way that image is changing? This is now loading in new scenery files for this area. Now, it all depends where the tiles are and how it's... See the tiles changing there now? You guys see that on the screen? See the way you're getting these weird squares coming in? That's now using Google's data. So let's go over here and have a look. See the colors changing? So this is now using Google's data for this area. And you can argue the toss. I mean, which one works a little bit better, right? Which one works a little bit better? There's definitely a lot more detail here. Right? So once it loads in, and it will load in, but see now the color correction is way off for the airport based on the rest of the area. Yeah. Same with the mountain. See the way everything has changed color? Because it's using Google's mapping for this. But look at the detail. Like, look at the resolution. It's way better. Like, holy crap, this is way better resolution. But the colors, yeah, but the colors, it depends. But like, I can mess around with the colors, look. If I go into...
Oh, Jesus.
Where's this now? I can go in here, look. And I can change all of these. If I want to increase the saturation, let's bring it up 25%. Let's bring up the saturation 25%. And let's just zoom away here and it'll start loading in new tiles again. Look. So give it a few seconds. And let's go back in. So it usually you have all this loaded before you go in. I'm only showing you this for the purposes of this of the stream. But I've increased now the saturation by 25%, and it's you can see there's a lot more color here now. And look at the resolution though. That's the point I'm getting at. Look how sharp it is. Yeah. We need someone in Santorini to stick their head out the window. I agree. Now let's bring this back down to default, and let's change the map provider, shall we? So let's just put in, I don't know. If we turned it off, if we stop, I better not stop it because I think that breaks it. What about Apple Map? Let's see what Apple Maps are like here. So we'll zoom out. And we'll zoom in again. And let's see what Apple can do. Very, very different. Now the resolution is not bad at all. Not bad at all. But again, it doesn't match in with what the airport is. Look at the mountains here now. Like, these are different. Most notably the color, but also the resolution. Now that to me is not as detailed as what Google was showing us. But you get the idea, right? What else do we have? Hybrid map. I haven't a clue what that does. The Google Maps server is interesting. You know, Bing latest server. And I'm sure if I turn this off, I wonder will this now just load back in the normal stuff? It probably will. Because I've turned it off, yeah? So let's see what happens here. Or maybe it won't load in anything now. It's just going to keep what was originally there. Oh no, it's loading in. I wonder now, do I need to tell the sim turn on photogrammetry to download it again? Let's do a thing here. So data, photogrammetry off. Oh no, it's not photogrammetry. It's Bing World Graphics. Give this a second. This will load back in everything like without any close, right? Captain Ray says, is it worth getting the mod? I think so. Again, like, I was never a fan of this in the early days because I saw this created no end to problems because it was interfering with the data streaming and all this sort of stuff. However, it's come a long way. There's now an application that just does everything for you, and it's not changing any of your files. This isn't changing anything. When you run the app, it works. When you turn off the app, it doesn't work. It's as simple as that. You're not worried about changing files or registry or typing stuff into config files. You're not worried about any of that stuff at all, lads. And I think that's kind of handy. I mean, this is relatively a safe way to change your maps. If you're in an area that's either dated or maybe it just never had really good satellite imagery, well, you have a great option now to go changing it around. As I said, there is a bit of weirdness to it only because, you know, when you see buildings, right? When you see buildings, now that's it with no satellite terrain, by the way. That's just the default stuff, right? And we'll turn this back on now. And we'll delete the cache just in case there is anything in there. And turn back on this fella. I'll give it a second. When you load in an area and it shows that it's going to show you that there's buildings present, but the what's it called? The black shark AI, it won't paint anything on those buildings because it doesn't have the correct OSM data. Yeah. So this would appear now to be using Bing's default in the sim default. And you can see that the airport color matching, it's a little bit closer to the surrounding area. But again, if we go over to where the mountains are and we're saying how crisp they are, you can see the difference, lads, can't you? It's just not as sharp. It's just not as crisp. It's not bad, but, you know, it's just changing the photogrammetry download. That's exactly what it does, Hammy. That's exactly what it does. Now, it does say, don't start this gadget with the sim running because, you know, you'll break it. run the game before starting the mod, it can cause issues. So, you know. Now again, we can try it. Let's put back in the latest Bing. Let's see if this works. This could shit the bed now, but sure, we'll see what happens, right? We zoom out and see if it works. So you kind of have to move away from the tile for it to start loading in, if that makes sense. So that should be loading in new data. It is. Look at the mountains there changing already. Look. There's more detail there. And if you want to, like, I think the best one here so far was Google. I think the Google stuff was absolutely brilliant. So we'll try Google here one last time. Even though the color is a mile off, I just thought it better, as in detail. Go back up to this mountain now. Look, it's so sharp. Like the resolution here, it's so freaking sharp. Look at that. Look at that. It's done really, really well. So that's the map enhancement tool. There's no impact to your FPS. I haven't seen anything. It does add a bit of loading time. And again, you can mess around with things. We can change, like if we wanted to. Let's see how creative I can get changing the colors, right? So it's very kind of blown out. So we need to get the colors down. So it needs like reds and stuff, doesn't it? So it's in here, the color palette. So let's bring the reds and the greens and the saturation and the contrast and make it brighter as well. Right, we've done all these things. Yeah, I've made a complete and utter balls of them now. Ah, Jesus! Look at it! I had one job! Look at the... Jesus, it's like I'm after spilling paint on it. Yeah, no, that's completely wrong. We'll fix it. Ooh. Get rid of the reds. Make it more green. Get the contrast down, you muppet. And get the brightness down. And I just wanted to be a bit more green. Bit more green. There we go. Now she's coming together. Ah, yes. Brilliant. It's definitely more green. Look at that. It's way more green. Now, can we do something absolutely mad? This is absolutely mad. So if we wanted to, friends, we could make this place, if we wanted to, into like freaking Mars, look. How cool is that? If we want to go to Mars, we can make it in Leitrim. Or in this case, Santorini. This is a free add-on. And fair dues for Gibbo for saying, Murph, give this an old blast, will you? What do you think? I would use the free version if you want. You're going to anger Microsoft Flight Sim CTD gods? Maybe. But isn't it kind of cool what you can, like, isn't it? Or reset it back to what the map natively is getting fed from. Here it is here. There we go. Takes a few seconds to load in. You can see, oh, there's a star. It takes a few seconds to load it back in, but that's what I was originally looking at. What do you think? I'd say Rex might not play nice with this. Well, I'm using Rex as well. But yeah, if you're using the terrain in Rex, I'd say now it'll overwhelm it, Gibbo. You know what I mean? It'd be like two baldies fighting over the comb. What's the point? You know? But yeah. Oh, mother of Jesus. Me glands have glands. What do you think though, lads? Definitely something to experiment with, isn't it? Look at the look at the detail. The resolution is way much sharper. So that's that. Set it, forget it, and away you go. Or you can turn it off. So I'll turn it off. Well, we can. There's other ones, right? China HD, Mapbox, whatever Mapbox is. High LOD, right? So let's see what we're testing another one. Here we go. They're all different data providers or data sources. That's nowhere near as sharp. Nowhere near as sharp. Yeah. The resolution just isn't there. But the colours are nice. Custom. I don't know what the custom stuff are. The Chinese stuff. How good are the Chinese now when it comes to their satellite stuff? Very similar to Google. Very sharp indeed. You see, that's what happens when they fly all their weather balloons. Our weather balloon. Right, look. That's every bit as good as Google. Oh look, it's using Google as a fallback. Ah, okay. Right, okay. Fair enough. Right, so Google Maps, and we'll turn it back onto Google because I just like the cut of its jib, and I think it's done very, very well. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Goes to show that the data is available with Bing. The Microsoft Flight Sim team aren't using it. Yeah. Wombat says, I've been using it for a week. You're very happy with the improvement. Yeah, especially in areas. And lads, look, this is restricted to like where I'm only testing it. There's other areas. Do you know what I mean? There's other areas. Anyway, since I was kind of running around here, this is the island of Santorini. And you can see the detailing here that they've added in, look. Down here. They have all the little umbrellas out on the beach. All the buildings are custom. I mean, this is done really, really nice. This is the whole scenery pack, right? And they give you the airport, but also the entire island. And if you want to go up and have a look at the airport, well, friends, zoom up here quickly, and we'll go in and have an old gawk, right? Oh dear, it's freaking out, look. That's just the scenery. Don't mind the scenery. Let's go in and have a look at the airport. So I need to slow my camera down. And it needs to load. Here we go. Slow down your camera, Murph. You can do it. On to Jesus. Right, okay. So here we are looking around at the airport itself. And we've got some buses and cars and got some nice buildings. There's like a little restaurant up the road here as well, look. There's a garage and there's like stuff going on, right? So they've added in some nice features here. And of course then you have the airport proper. So on the land side of the house, well, here's a little restaurant there, look. Apollo's Cafe. So the airport itself, I mean, it looks nice. It's pretty, right? They do have some peoples. That fella has some stories, I say. There is a bit of an interior. It's nothing spectacular though. Like it's kind of just lots of big open spaces. Particularly down here. But again, like a lot of people aren't mad about having all that detail inside the terminal. I think there's sufficient here because you can see in the windows and you get an idea of what's going on. And they've modeled this quite well. Again, static people, they don't need to move around or, you know what I mean? They don't need to do any of that. But there's kind of enough going on for you to get the immersion of, yes, you know, it's modeled and everything else. Jesus is indeed the happiest looking fella you've ever seen in your life ever. So moving around, again, plenty of vehicles outside. The modelling here is done very, very well. Beautiful shapes and styles to the building. I mean, there's lovely details here even. Like, look at that, like. There's proper attention to details, you know what I mean? If we move down here, down by the fuel trucks, again, there's lovely detail here. And this is just the airport that we're looking at. And it's ideal. Got the fire station there, we've got some seats and the whole lot. It's done quite well. The control tower is modelled. It does have an interior. And, you know, we can ramble in there as well. Again, it's basic. But that's all you need. Like, it's fine, like. It's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? Like, it's stunning. The airport then itself, again, moving down towards the rest of the gates. You've got buses and you've all vehicles parked up. There's a fair bit of clutter here, and it's nice. Do you know, it's done well. And out onto where the runway is, and then you've all the beaches and all the buildings. Everything here is custom. They're all custom buildings, which is nice. So we can see the crack here, like the little church. Look. Now, if we want to go further exploring, because well, they have included the entire island, and do please forgive now if there's any weirdness loading in, because this is Bing imagery. I imagine this is Bing loading back in to change the color of the ground textures, because I was back in the Egypt with that. But look, you can see here now. Look, Even then with the beaches, little attention to detail here. It just gives it that kind of look. All the buildings, they're region specific, which is nice. And rambling in over the mountain on this side, a couple of more buildings, got villages and all that sort of jazz at the far side. Again, you've way more details down here on the beaches. Just kind of gives it that look. I heard a rumor that we're getting a proper C-47 as a local legend. Colonel Fork. So, Microsoft Flight Sim tomorrow are releasing Aeroplane Heaven's C-47. And they're also including the Wacko glider. So yes, 100%. Correct, dude, correct. Exciting times. Now, I want to bring you over to this side. This is where the thing gets very creative. And look, the entire island is here and with like stunning detail. Great for VFR flying around, island hopping and all the jazz. They've done a great job here, right? But there's something here I want to have a closer look at. So, like, imagine living up here, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just going out to the... Whoa. That ferry moves, that's animated. And that goes to and from the island, the Blue Star Ferry, look. That's a nice little feature. So he'll ramble over to his harbour space, which is just here. And again, they have this done to nice detail as well. I didn't find any Skodas though. But look, it's nice here, isn't it? But this is where I was intrigued. Because of all these buildings up on the cliff, lads. Look at the state of this. This is stunning now, right? So we've all the buildings up here, the village, or the town, right? Like, this is absolutely class. It reminds me of Mahaca a little bit over in Spain. But this is like on a much grander scale. Do you know what I mean? Isn't that beautiful? Like imagine living in that cafe there and like, you know, kicking your football over the wall. Well, good luck. You never get it back. Like at all. But there was a scene I saw earlier on and I want to replicate it. And you actually can replicate it. Look at the state of this now, right? So here's a nice ship, right? Looking all terribly fancy. Yeah? Look at the state of this, lads. That's the wrong one. And we'll go for... Yeah, why not? Look at the state of this. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Isn't that amazing? It's gorgeous. I hope either it won't need Duxworks mod or mod to get done. Yeah, that's the worry, dude. That's the worry. In fact, Santorini is a blown volcano. Is it? No way. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, what was this about a cable car? Let's have a look. Bring the old exposure down, Murphy. Yep. Yeah, so they said something about a cable car, didn't they? We'll have to go find that. There is one somewhere. I remember seeing it. Isn't it beautiful? No, it's in terms of the overall kind of quality of the buildings and whatever else, like they're basic enough. But like flying over them, you know what I mean? Like they give you that idea. The car should be where the cruise boats are. Should it? As in down the mountain over here somewhere. Oh look, here's something. Yes. Here it is. Haha! Yep, there we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Jeez, imagine the view coming down there, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, what if... Oh, yes. What a view, right? So what do you think of it? Santorini. Do we like it? Can you get boats in Microsoft Flight Sim? You can, Jamie Con, yes. They're not terribly good, but yeah, you can get them. So the island of Santorini, what do you think, guys?
Hello there.
Spice Bazaar, good to see you, man. Sky Hunter, welcome in. And thanks for your help. So the island of Santorini in Microsoft Flight Simulator, released now by 29 Palms. You can pick it up for about 20 bucks. And them weird tiles, that's my fault because I was playing with the maps. What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? Very, very pretty island. And you're south of Greece. You've been there many times. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So that's available now in the sim as well. So lads, for our last bit of news, well, we're going to have a quick chat on Expo. Flight Sim Expo, as we know, is coming up in about 2 weeks' time, right? And we have some information about it. So let's ramble in over here. So, Flight Sim Expo. So some of the news we have, right? However, 2024 looking to be the most attended yet, as the floor plan has been announced, right? So let's have a look at the floor plan. So this is going to be, and this is weird, I've never been at an expo that's in the one building. Well, I say that, as in, it's in a hotel. Like at Houston, I think we were spoiled for choice because we had 2 different rooms, I just loved Houston. But Vegas, I haven't been there, but we'll have to see what the crack is, right? But anyway, let's get chatting about it. So, the concession stand, breakfast and lunch available for purchase on Saturday and Sunday. FS Elite have a stage up here on the right hand side. That's nice to see. And then we have, now we can go to the website here, floor plan. You can zoom in on this one. I'm going to have a quick look of what's going on here. So you have your entries and entrances and all that sort of jazz, attendee registration, and you ramble in. So you have the National Stall Series, Got Friends are right next door to them. You have the concession stand. Beginning at 8:30 each day. Breakfast and lunch will be available to purchase. Fresh coffee and tea will be available for attendees near the registration desk while supplies last. You can also purchase food from more than 10 on-site food and beverage outlets. Right? PMDG aren't attending, but they are a major sponsor of the event, so they're giving a few bob to help it out. It's the confession stand, yes.
Jesus.
How long has it been since your last confession? So you have a seating area here. So SoFly, SimWorks Studios and FS Reborn, VA Systems, Just Flight, TFDI Design, and Real Sim Gear. You'll find me over this neck of the woods for quite a bit because I'll be chatting to, of course, Raoul and to Alex and to the lads at Just Flight and TFDI as well. I'll be chatting with them. I'm looking forward to that one. You'll also find me over here, Navigraph, for which I'm very proud to be an ambassador. And then we have Somnium Space, Track.io, MobiFlight, Viral, and the reality motion simulators of the DOF. So 2 very good areas I'll be floating around. Orbex stand is just down here. Microsoft Flight Simulator have the largest stand in the whole shebang, which is great to see. Blackbird Simulations are going to be there. Thrustmaster and Virtual Controls, all the hardware lads. Moving down, VATSIM have a full area. This is going to be fiercely interesting. So we'll go ahead and have a look at the online ATC area. Southwest Virtual, Midcon, Fly Virtual, the Pilot Club, and Vatastic. All the lads are going to be there. We'll go in and, well, I've merch. I'd be throwing a bit of merch around the place. Beyond ATC, great to catch up with the lads there. Prop Wash, Fly By Wire, and Hyper and Sim. WinWing, with all their hardware. Can't wait to check that stuff out. Combat Pilot, pilots are going to be there. Aerosoft have a fairly big stand. MK Studios, Home Sim, FS Flight Control, Virtual Fly, Yaw VR, Simionic, Sky Combat Ace. That's a brand new sim in development. We're going to have a look at that. And FS Elite have a big stand in there as well. Moving further down, we have Scalarchy Electronics, Virtual Performance Tool, Flight Trainer Switzerland, Desktop Pilot, True Core Simulations, GeoFS, Avia Planner, Beam Eye Tracker, and Moza Racing. Never heard of them, but we'll go down and have a look. Then you have the Q8 Pilot Media Partner Lounge. Now, our good friend Q8 Pilot, he's arranged all of this. This is going to be an area for content creators, media partners. So I'll be there, and there'll be a few others there. And there'll be different things going on. There'll be meet and greets and streaming and all that sort of jazz. So if you're going to Expo and you want to meet up with anyone in the content creator scene, we'll be hanging around there. I need to tell them we need beverages, you know. Next door to us, then you're going to have Info to Flight, Yaw Manor there, Embry Riddle Aeronautics, Civil Air Patrol, real world stuff, Hori USA Inc., Max Flight Stick, and Fly Inside are all over on this side of the fence. Next down to the ATC area, we have Altimeter Motives, Gleam Aviation, X-Plane, Laminar Research towards the back of the building. I shall be down with them having a chat. Ryan Aerospace, Shared Flight, Beta Technologies, and Dogflight Dynamics. Then we have the VR Experience Center. I'm mad to check out Pimax. Flightsim.com are going to be there, and we have Say Intentions with a booth as well. So Yeah, the Friday reception is going to be in the Miranda Ballroom. Seminars are taking place in the Brasilia, in which we have a content creator panel on Saturday morning. I'll be in that. And what else do we have here now? We have the Tropical Ballroom for the Flight Sim Expo banquet, right? So that's the ground floor, and you can see there's a lot of stuff going on there. Now, as I said, for anyone who is going, I get in on Wednesday. I've stuff to do on Thursday. I'll be floating Friday. I have a little something to do on Saturday. I'm away Saturday night, and then I'll be there pretty much all day Sunday. But just let me know, like, I'm there, like, so do you know what I mean? I'd love to be able to catch up and hang out. So just let me know. For anyone who can't make it, I plan to stream as much as I can over there. Like, I've brought me little camera gadget, or I'm bringing me little camera gadget. There should be decent Wi-Fi there, so we can go live and just keep you up to date with what's happening. And yeah, there is a time difference. Like, Vegas is 6 hours behind. I think it's 6 hours behind. Yeah, you know, I think current time in Las Vegas. Current time in Las Vegas. It's 14:49. Jesus. 7 hours behind. Well, it was 11 o'clock and it's going to be 3 o'clock. If it was 12 o'clock and that was 3 o'clock, that's 9 hours. So it's 8 hours behind. Okay. 8 hours in the difference. So I'll be aware of that, right? Am I going to nag Jorg on stream about the Bremen? If I can on stream, yes, but if not, definitely off stream. Definitely off stream. Like, there's a lot of, I want to catch up with a lot of developers, because like I'd spend quite a bit of time on Discord chatting to developers, and you can imagine to meet them in person and just give them a hug, or in some cases give them a kick. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it, or more likely than not for them to give me a kick. That's usually what happens. But the event itself, like last year, was incredible. What an experience. And the Friday was very much about finding out all the announcements. The Saturday was getting around the floors and just seeing what all the developers are up to. There's usually a social thing on a Friday or a Saturday. The Wi-Fi wasn't good last time. No, it wasn't. No, I'm told it's going to be quite good here. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for subscribing. Who'll be this? Ramundo, thank you very much indeed. No better man than Murph to ask all the soft questions, right? Do you know? I have it covered, Gibbo. I'll be like, I have a question coming in here now from Gibbo. What colour are your underpants? Right? That I have it all worked out. But yeah, it's the Friday is all the announcements. Saturday is getting around, chatting to people. Sunday's kind of the same. And on Thursday daytime, I'm busy. I have a gig to do. And on Thursday night, I think I'm free as a bird. I'm going to be jaded. I'm going to be shagged. Like, when I get in, I'll be tired. But I'll be grand. But really looking forward to meeting the folks who are going this side of the pond. And for those of you who can't go, well, don't worry. I'll be streaming as much as I can. Will I be streaming karaoke? Yes. Yes, I will. But yeah, we'll see how we get on, right? I'll have no cameraman this year. I'll have no cameraman, and I'll have no other cameraman and idea generator. I will have Scott, though. I will have Scott. But yeah, Muse and Gibbo, who were just so much crack running around last year. Yeah, sorely missed, but we'll see how kind of next year goes. Please annoy FS Reborn with all the questions about the 727. Oh god, yeah, absolutely. Raoul Head will be done in. Now, other things anyway that we can see here, that's the floor plan. We'll go back into here now about the schedule, right? Let's have a look quickly at the schedule and who's involved and all this sort of jazz. So you can see it, exactly what we said. Product reveals, there's an attendee welcome, there's an expo banquet. I'm not going to that, at least I don't think I am. On Saturday morning, it opens at 9 o'clock, it's there till around 4:30, 6:30 it's on till. And then Sunday. And you can see the full breakdown. On Saturday, where is this now? On-site workshops, exhibit halls, the Brasilia Ballroom. So here's one here at 11 o'clock. A panel discussion featuring some of Flight Sim's content creators. Flight Sim content creators on Twitch and YouTube are going to be there. Panelists include Forder, Simhanger, London Controller, Alison Johnson, Blue Game, Simfanatic, and XP72. Should be there with the lads having an old chat. That's what we're doing there. We did something similar last year. And that's, what time is that now? So I don't make a balls of it. 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, which would be, what? 8 o'clock? 7, 8 o'clock. That'll be streamed. And yeah, I'll be catching up. And if you know, as I said, if you guys would like to pass on any messages, I'm more than happy to do that as well. You know, say hello to Forder and maybe Andrew. 100%. You're going to the banquet on Friday, Scott. Flight Sim Expo banquet. That's only on for an hour and a half, sure. But Scott, if you're going there, sneak us out a few. Do you know what I'm saying? A few of them gadgets. You know, I'll wait in the hallway. But it'd be grand. Activities, there's a number of activities then. If you're in person, there's different stuff. You know, they do various tours. There's stuff to do at the expo. There's a whole load of stuff that goes on. And again, I'll try and stream as much as I possibly can. Wombi says, I'm not going to the banquet. No, neither am I. Wombi, I will meet you at the bar. Right? Are you going to the thing on Saturday? Get Murph a few croissants. Yes. You should be signed up for it since you're registered. Am I? No, I think you have to sign up for the banquet is like the FSA dinner. Saturday thing, yes, grand. We'll go to the bar on Friday. It'll be grand. Abba, thank you very much indeed for the subscribe. Welcome in. And as I said, I get in there on Wednesday, and once I'm there, I'll be wrecking your heads, lads. I'll be on the blower on the morning time leaving Shannon. I'll talk to you when I get to Chicago, and then once I get to Vegas as well. You know, figured you were a captain, and that's what it is for. I am an FSA captain. I can't remember, but sure, listen, it'll be grand. It'll be fine. What else then? FAQs are all there, and then the partners. And there are a ton of partners this year supporting, and they don't necessarily have to be there in person, but they're there, right? So the diamond sponsors, Orbex, Navigraph, PMDG, looking after all the things. You have QA Pilot, who did incredible stuff, including he ran a giveaway to fly someone out to Las Vegas. I hate fish. Do not give me anything fish. No, anything fishy, take him to him. No, not at all. Strap 21, yeah, good man. I will, yeah, yeah. I don't know, what's the price of a pint in Vegas? Sim Market, Got Friends, Contrail, Windwing, Verpal, X-Plane, the Platinum sponsors, Gold sponsors. There's so many sponsors. A2A get it mentioned in there as well, look. The exhibitors, so Orbex, Navigraph, TFDI, Got Friends, Microsoft, of course, are going to be there. We went through all of these. Really looking forward to meeting up with the guys. And who else do we have? All the different hardware, Real World Aviation, the communities, and then the media partners. And there's a load of us. There's a ton of us. And it's great. This is great. From media partners, content creators, streamers or YouTubers. I mean, this is a great event for us to meet folks, but also hang out with each other as well. Like on Kando last year with Savage Crack, and Jamie's going this year, which is going to be nuts. Chewy will be there. Chewy broke his arm last year, so he wasn't much crack at all, God love him. Like nothing worse, getting an injury on when you're away, do you know what I mean? But yeah, Splasher 6, can't wait to catch up and meet up with again. Burst 6 is going to be there, Fox is going to be there, Chill Maze, Nova Wing, so much fun with Nova Wing last year. Let me see, XP72 is going to be there, Blue Games is going to be there, Bell Geode, Ali, of course, Moose, Rob is going to be there from Slant Alpha. Some really, really nice folks. I'm really looking forward to catching up with them. Overkill Simulations will be there as well. Yeah, Moose is going to be great fun in karaoke. Kenko is going as well. And of course, Joel, I hope he brings a nice hat. Right? And of course, Cornfield. Yeah, Conti's coming as well. Yes, Conti will be there. Yeah. Conti owes me a beer, or I owe him a beer. I can't remember. Forder, of course, is going to be there as well. And I'm just looking forward to it. You know, the element of meeting up with these guys is it's always a bit of crack, a bit of slagging and messing, you know. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But I'll keep you up to date with what's happening. Like the schedule for next week. What are we doing? Well, this week still doesn't finish yet. That's in flight tomorrow. Friday night we're in the Comanche. Saturday night we're doing the D-Day flight, and then next week another busy week, I would say. I'm not around the following weekend. Then we'll be streaming on Monday and Tuesday the following week, and then I'm off to Expo on the Wednesday, and I'm back in Ireland the following Tuesday. Don't know what morning-ish time, and then we'll be back on the stream on the Wednesday after that. That's when I'll give you a full catch-up of what I got up to. That'll be on Wednesday, the 26th of June. But it'll be busy until then, and we still got loads more content, and it'll be fun. So thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in tonight. Sorry I wasn't my usual self. I am battling a something, but I should be right as rain, hopefully come the weekend. And listen, it was an informative night. We had the dev stream. We had our own bit of news of information there as well. And massive thanks to Gibbo for all the information there, my dude. Couldn't have done it without you. And we checked out the Inibuilds A320. Very, very good. The awesome new livery by Gibbo. And Santorini by 29 Palms. Very, very good. The map enhancement. And of course, the object removal tool that we checked out as well. If you didn't get to see it, it's this little gadget over here. You can remove the airport ground vehicles and objects and all that sort of jazz if you wish, which is kind of handy, right? Kind of handy. And a fair bit. Next week on the news, well, we know we're going to be checking out a chopper straight away. We might even check out 2 choppers. I might show off that the new X-Plane AW139. Do you know what I mean? So we'll leave you with that there now as we'll ramble off now into the evening time. And we'll set up a raid and go say hello to someone else. So, lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed for all the subscribes, all the follows, all the raids that we had tonight. You're all very welcome in. And thank you all so very much. And, of course, to our team of moderators, lads, thank you very, very much indeed. Old veteran Muse fan and, of course, Gibbo. Amazing work, lads. Honest God, amazing work. So, we'll catch you soon. We'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully. Well, I will catch you tomorrow at some stage. We're doing VATSimage. It'll be fun. And of course, do be sure to catch us over on Discord, !Discord. That's where we live. When we're not on the live streams. And well, until then, you take care. Soaring AJ, Muse fan coming in over the 7-4. Oh dear, Soaring AJ. You were down and then you were back up again. He was neither halfway down nor halfway up. Muse fan, look at the state of that. The skills, ladies and gentlemen. My Muse fan, Artis Sam is in. Uh-oh. Touchdown. Here comes Nebo. I'm going to sleep, stream. They stream themselves sleeping. Well, they're not Aegis, but like, they're streaming themselves asleep.
So then the whole internet...
I'm a horror when I sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a decent sleeper at all.
You're not a decent sleeper at all.
I'd be having nightmares, and in my dreams, I'm screaming. Proper, like, screaming. But in reality, I'm like...
I have video footage of that too.
And like in my dream, I'm like, I'm like your man, the Spartan out of the movie 300.